hello.
Content.
Yeah.
Ruby. I need a substantial
Little Braun Street, but is
show where all the celebrities of my heart recently, and I've been telling them. But honestly, I say, God, thank you for putting my life on weird mode. Except that some old beef mean poor, someone's desperate, to like move up on YouTube. You could always just pick a fight with a larger channel and.
Hello
everyone, and welcome. Did you not see the stream last night? Because I actually find it more interesting. Oh my God, that's horrible! You missed the most important part. Eva had from when I just met the dwarf. Then I'm like, what are you talking about? $100? What?
I said I make more money than you.
Cleaned up and ready.
What?
You want me to call Keemstar?
He's gonna hire me, by the way, but
welcome to episode 32 of Celebrity Sunday. I'm coming at you live from New Haven, Connecticut with the one and only
Fernando.
What is up?
Live stream.
Yep.
From New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, because it's such a beautiful day. I'm gonna grab a protein bar and then we're gonna have a great show.
And I can't wait to watch the playoff games. NBA. Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win?
We don't know yet.
We don't
We'll
know.
see.
We will see. So tune in. Fuck! I don't know why it's looping. Why is it doing that? Shit.
Ultra Fire cervical care pillow.
Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome to Celebrity Sunday. I have an awesome little dancing show. Slight technical difficulty. Alright, get ready. Make me feel. Make me feel. Siri making it rain already. This time. It's actually, guys, this is for the 32nd time. This is the 32nd episode of Celebrity Sunday. I'm hyped. We had just a few slight technical issues there, but I feel like it just added to the charm of everything. So let me go grab my chair. The real issue was the shoes. These are like, I'm not coordinated. It's that took way longer than I wanted it to. But whatever, we don't need we all saw it. We don't need the play-by-play of Ruby. All right. I'm just going to put this on the blankets. I don't really think it'll be an issue. Okay. Oh my God, I need a cigarette. Sorry, I've been literally running around. I went to go grab a couple last minute necessities and I run into the amazing Fernando, which is great. But I was like, I had to get back quickly. I was running a little late. So I was like, all right, but I really got to start running back. I walked with him there and I had to run back. And so I start jogging back and he's jogging 3 feet behind me, still talking to me. And I'm like, dude, it looks like you're chasing me right now. You're creating an ambiance of you're freaking these people out. There was a herd of slow ass Yale families just being like, and I did not give a fuck. I was just running. And Fernando was running behind me. And I don't normally use a purse. But ching. But this is cute, right? Anyway, so it just was a little frazzled there for a moment. Thank you so much, Tracy, for the $10. Saying happy Easter, Ruby. Well, guess what, guys? I made a little card for you. And maybe I'll show you that right now. Whew. All right. We're catching up. I don't know why. It was not supposed to just loop Madonna, even though I'm sure that made it a lot funnier. The 8 consecutive huge technical issues I just had. I love that from you, but whatever. It's punk rock, baby. Here we go. Happy Easter. Love, Ruby. And say hello to Ruby Jr., my new pet. Figure I'll just throw her in the corner, throw some hay at the thing, roll around in its shit and vomit, as Hormaxer claims that I do, which I do not. And also, P.S., that's a joke, but I don't know why OPC Don felt they need to jump the gun, buy this rabbit, and keeps pressuring me to take the rabbit. And then everyone makes fun of me because I say I'm not ready for a pet. If I take the pet and do a bad job, that's not good either. I don't want that on my conscience, and I don't want that on my online record. All right? We don't need to add animal abuser. Jeez Louise. You guys. Grace has a new victim on stream that they're flying. What? Who? I saw they were hanging out with that very quiet kid, which was actually hilarious. And I included a clip of him and Ben talking about dinosaurs and Noah's Ark, and that kid will just long pause for minutes. I tend to fill the silence with sounds that come out of my mouth. Happy Easter, baby. What's up, Get Crack? OPC still hustling. So he sent me pictures, and then he sent one with a veiled threat. Bro, the technical difficulties are crazy today. You got it back up. Hallelujah. So OPC Donnie Darko told me that he was going to turn it into rabbit stew if I don't take it. And I didn't respond to his threat. And then he said JK. So anyway, that's way off topic. We have a lot to talk about that isn't OPC done. And it isn't that rabbit, even though it is Easter. And it is cute. Let's pull her up again. I forgot whether it had a name or not. Do you know what else is cute? This bitch. Yo. Literally the hottest, nicest, funniest, most talented, cool bitches flock to me. I'm sorry. It's just true. And I'm very fortunate in that regard. But some people get jealous. Oops, wrong clip. But still. The whole trio cringes out. Wow. Brain rock. We were reacting to Lily Tino. Hater alert. Anyway, breaking news. You can add one more person to the perhaps 20-person long list of people that they plan on suing. But this one, they made a GoFundMe for it. And I checked in. So they're aiming for 10,000. And right now we are at 3%. 5 donators. I don't think the people believe in the cause. I think it was a manic, grandiose idea. You should refund people now before it blows up any bigger. Real advice. Because it's shady, my bitch. Also, I was looking into other cases that Keemstar has had, and I had like someone referencing one in a clip. And it's common if you file what's considered like a frivolous lawsuit for them to countersue you to pay for Keem's attorney fees. And he has very expensive attorneys. That could be $100,000, you buffoon. But they live in a fantasy land, so whatever. But I got a bunch of clips already sliced up in my beautiful supercuts for this week. The members seen it, but the non-members ain't seen it. And I ain't watched it back in a minute, so we might need to catch up. But basically, we had a liar in the community. We had a liar. Oh, also, Lynx. Yes, Lynx. The woman of the month. The woman whose name is on the tip of everyone's tongues. She will be here with me in like an hour, hour and a half. I want to go through the supercut. Bing, bam, boom. Have Lynx on. We can all ask her whatever questions. How is she doing? What's going on? What does she think of Grace's lawsuit? Does she want to sue? Does she think there's so many questions? And, you know, I think she's been fairly open and forthcoming throughout this whole thing. And yeah, I'm curious to hear the latest details in this crazy wacky world we are in. All right, where to first? I guess I'll just pull up my little video. Bro! Dude, everyone stop bullying Armani. Armani is my boy. He has a lit server. There's tons of bitches there, and Z-Star's jealous. Oh, yeah, me, Ava, and Linx also this week. This is us. Casual visual slay. Well, could have been if Grace could ever peel her hands away from her father's cock. Could have had a thing like this, minus the black eyes. But, you know, whatever. That's her thing. Oh, I found a beautiful hammock. I wasn't Joker mode, but I was painted like a clown to just cover the fellow clowns in the community. Beautiful day in New Haven. And guess who's back? Right in time. We got Nick Ricada. He's back. He's back. He did a live stream last night. Saw it had a couple thousand viewers in there. Popped in. And yeah, he seemed somewhat remorseful from what I saw, but I didn't watch too much of it. But he's back, and maybe he will be interested in taking on this case with the other YouTubers, because he's a YouTube lawyer with a horrible reputation. It's like a perfect match. Hey, what's up, dancing? I know 2 entertainment attorneys that could take a case in Grace's state, but why would I refer them considering she harassed someone I'm cool with? Yeah, it's kind of like your behavior has ripple effects, sometimes for years across communities. It's bummer for people who behave badly all the time. So quadratic. All right. I'm turning my phone off, do not disturb, so I don't miss any donos, because that would be insane. We already have a board of love made, because I'm on my shit tonight. And I have a lot of little notes, because I do a physical docket, because, it's just how I roll. So we're going to talk about Jimmy2988. Lies. Parents, not dead. They're alive. Gunshot wound to the head. Where is it? Oh, no, it's to the groin, and that's why you can't show. Interesting. Oh, you're dying of a brain tumor? Your wife said it was a benign ear tumor that was removed. And she's never heard of you dying of a brain tumor. Interesting. Oh, you have an assisted suicide date, even though you're not dying of anything? It didn't add up, baby. It didn't add up. And I wasn't the only one asking questions. As a matter of fact, I defended him for a while because I didn't want to believe it. And I am pretty gullible. I've been bamboozled a couple times by bad people on the internet. We just got to get smarter, because watching it back, it was fucking ridiculous. He's like, yeah, I got shot like 800 times. He said that when he was like 12, like some woman started injecting heroin between his toes. He had story upon story upon story. And thank you. All right, Trigger Man, hashtag ban Jimmy. I mean, I want, and thank you so much, Fed Up. Also have a blessed Easter. I don't know. Here we go. Sending love. Oh, I got a message from, maybe probably like Happy Easter or something. I don't know how to go forward in situations like this, honestly, but we're gonna go through all of it right now in the video, so bear with me. Sorry, it's just Cam Dog just wants to know if I can do a double tomorrow, which I can, because I'm a great employee and I'm always there to cover anyone's back. Even though waking up in the morning is torture, and I will hate myself for 20 minutes before I wake up, or like after I wake up, and in that in-between time where I'm like, holy shit, I'm crazy for this. All right, let me find this. Sorry, I'm slow. Also, I added some more decorations behind me. I have a Batcave Goth compilation. We have, I think, a Carpenter's record. Ben paid to, ew. But also, I actually did have a tumor on my head too. It was actually on my head, but it was benign. And yeah, any benign tumor could hypothetically turn into something. But he did, in fact, have kidney disease or cancer at one point. We do know that. So people are thinking maybe he liked that attention, and he just kept escalating and escalating till it became these like wild tales. But we're gonna watch it all right now. We're gonna go over everything. We're gonna process this as a community. Look at these. Also, I invited Lalo on too, to maybe go on after Lynx, because curious to hear his opinion on the Lolsuits, the upcoming Lolsuits. Okay, me videos. Okay, all right. We're gonna start with this one, the 4 Sunday supercut, Jimmy2988, Linx leaks, the community reacts, featuring the Thorpes, Pronsis, Darius IRL, Ava, lots of characters you might recognize. All right. Also, what do we think of the background? So I like the Schoolboy 9 kind of psychotic aesthetic, low quality little puppies, Anna Nicole Smith, diamonds, that kind of shit. I like it personally. But before I did have it as set to. I do this one for my regular streams, which I like that one. It's a quote by Jean-Paul Sartre. I can't really pronounce it. And this is one that I generally use because I just like it. It has the Armut toilet. It has the Zizian guy, which I kind of want to get back into that shit too. Oopsie. But I like this one. Yeah, am I crazy? And yes, like it. Malingerer. Is that what it's called? Sorry, I did smoke weed, so what record do you have lying? So all my records are like falling apart. It's all that one. It was like a Captain and Tennille. I was thinking about that recently because Chem Dog saw a muskrat. Anyway, let's just start this because I'm.
Bro, I think
it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, but we're gonna get through this. So for those who don't know, our friend Linx, she was in a vulnerable position when her revenge porns got leaked, and Keemstar seemed to like come in to help her, but he and her both got increasingly drunk, and he was full manipulation mode, like bold manipulation, kind of coaxing her into a more sexual position. But she also at times seemed like she was either into it or baiting him, so I'm gonna be curious to hear more about all that. But for the most part, I think Keem was mega in the wrong. I don't think anything like criminal happened. But what's up, TK? Oh, it's gonna call you out for being a phony.
Like, literally,
but I forget why.
with that clip, bro, you?
Oh,
bro, you be playing with that clit,
Bro, I'm telling you,
People
bro.
have not seen this yet.
No, I'm not the
You're the
victim.
victim of Ruby.
It's like you've been crucified 1,000 times.
Do you have like a date to go to or something? Like, what's the
See
deal?
this video because I really could
I
not
think
see
it's
it.
so
wanna see
funny. Okay, first off, I'm really digging Princess's new show, The Krill Stream. He's done one episode. He interviewed Linx on it. You should check it out. I think it's a great idea because I like how his dynamic is like with Darius. It's similar to me and Princess, our dynamic, where they're like at times it's like this underlying like bitchiness, like because we have conflicting personality styles. Like he's more organized, and people like me and Darius are a little more, chaotic. But it makes for a funny amount of tension. There's all love at the end of the day, but there's that like funny tension. Gunshot wounds.
Yeah, I did
So
lie about
Ruby-
that. What the hell's the use, Ruby? What the hell's the use?
I've already got you convicted. Yeah, because I just talked. I've had multiple people telling me that you're lying, and now I talked to someone who's your own emergency medical contact, doesn't know that you have tumors and doesn't know that you got shot. That doesn't make. Just so people know why I'm so upset, is because a few months ago, very early on in LOL Angels, Jimmy came on, told his story, made me cry. I opened up a lot to him. Lo was crying, telling us completely fake things. We talked to this guy every day on the Discords. He would always come up on panel. He was like one of our online friends. And he was very well liked by everyone. Like when I first heard that he at times I thought, okay, maybe he's embellishing, but also some people are just unlucky and have crazy stories. Some parts of my life and story are kind of crazy, but for him, it's gunshot wounds, it's cartels, bare knuckle fighting. He has assisted suicide. He's dying of a brain tumor. So, it's like, and also he admitted with his words, I lied about the brain tumor. So we know that to be true. I'm still wondering if he's going to go do that expose with Grace, who once again reminds everyone she does not give a fuck about anyone in her community or audience, whether what they're saying is truthful or not, because they don't operate on that level. They don't have relationships. They have transactions. So I'm not surprised that they're like, why would anyone be mad at someone for lying about cancer? Sense.
And she also told you.
And you are doing a bad job defending yourself.
I don't have to defend myself because I ain't got nothing to defend. Give me some time, Ruby. Don't hit me overnight when I'm asleep and go, proof. I want proof. I want proof. Give me proof.
Jimmy2988.
So how's that? And saving my head? Really? No, Ruby, I didn't shave my head. Look at it. I woke up out of bed. I still got pajamas on.
Can you show the gunshot wounds at least?
Why would I do that, Ruby?
Because there's accusations of lying to be very easy to prove.
No, because I'm sure that somehow I did something to my skin in your eyes, and it's not going to be good enough because you're going to call my ex or
He's
whatever,
totally
which was really
disappeared.
dirty that you would pull, you know,
She's your
personal
emergency
info.
medical contact. That's
I
your
know.
emergency medical contact
I
that
know.
you sent me. You
That's
sent that
the
to
shit
me.
that I wanted. That's the shit I wanted docked out. You
This
know?
is what I woke up to
That's
Monday
why I
morning. It
sent
was
it
like
to
9
you.
a.m. I
That's why I
privately
sent it to
contacted her
you.
to get answers before jumping to conclusions. I
Well-
did my own research, and it doesn't look good for you, dude.
And we ain't been together in 2 years, so she wouldn't know what was going on with me, man.
Oh, she doesn't know about you getting shot. I thought that was a long time
No,
ago.
no.
Yeah, and now you're not
Medically.
telling
Medically.
she's never heard of him getting shot.
Why would I?
God, dude. We're gonna say you're lying.
Why would
Show
I?
us.
Why would I? Why would
You
I?
sent me your
Ruben?
medical records that didn't
Why
show
would I?
anything about a brain tumor,
And I
but it did
told
show that
you
he
it
had cancer
didn't.
5 years ago from
If
kidney
you would
cancer.
hush
I'm sorry
long
about
enough,
that.
if you would hush long enough, why wouldn't I show it? Oh, the tumors.
It was a
I
friend.
told you on your own
No,
show.
no, the gunshot wounds.
No. The tumors I told you on your own show I had to get from my 2 other hospitals. That's not good enough for you. I'm supposed to get that overnight, right? As far as
I feel so
gunshot
bad
wounds-
for you. You're the victim.
No, I'm not the
You're the
victim.
victim of Ruby.
No, I'm not the victim of Ruby. Ruby's the
Dude, I'm
victim
watching
of
too much
Ruby
more
because
porn.
Ruby.
That's
gets
more
drunk.
true than anything else you've said, but this isn't about Ruby being a victim of Ruby because I didn't fucking lie about brain tumors and getting shot
And I'm
so that I
not
could
lying
get sympathy
either,
from
Ruby.
women online, you
I'm
scumbag.
not lying either. And I
You
told
are
you,
lying and you're acting like a liar.
No, and I told you
You're
in your
acting
own.
like a liar right now.
Okay, kick me then, Ruby, because I ain't gonna prove nothing right now.
Let's
Kick
watch
me.
the video again and see what we can just go through it.
Yeah,
and maybe
please.
So here's someone else who reached out a few days ago because this has been going on. Let me
Yep.
present it. This has been going on not overnight, as you keep saying. That's also a lie. People have had questions for a while, and you've had many opportunities to prove them otherwise.
But
And
the
I would love to
question-
be proven wrong. I would love to see evidence that you got gunshot wounds, even though you won't even show us because you're preemptively saying that we won't believe you,
I
which
wanna
sounds
see
like
your-
what a liar would
I
say.
want to see your proof. I want to see this proof. I want to see this video because I really could not see it.
So
I wanna
this
see these
is
gunshots.
I
So small.
don't release personal messages unless it's like some extraordinary circumstance. So when I texted with the wife, that was private communication. I just asked her a couple questions because I wanted answers. He was getting accused of things. I wanted to clear his name initially. So I was really shocked by what I found out, but I did not post this. Someone else got the number because he sent his like medical records that show he had cancer like years ago. And like he has, like high blood pressure and random things, but there's nothing on it about tumors, nothing on it about gunshot wounds. And a week prior to this, he had come on my show and said he got shot in the head. Then that changed to the groin. So it's like, it's not adding up at all. We all know that's not going to happen because they're not there.
Yeah, Ruby, this is not going to happen. You're right.
Someone said, "Is this Carmen?" They said, "Yes." Who is this? And they said, "It's Jimmy, your
No.
husband. There's things you need to see." And then she said, "Okay, we're divorced on Thursday. Who is this?" And they said, "Good for you. I don't know your story, but I know he's bad man. Please tell me who this is." And then they said he's been running the streets of YouTube, going live on multiple girls' panels. Youngest age, 22 years old. He says he's dying of a brain tumor for 2 years. And she just made a face like, and then he said he has an account using your name and pretends you are chatting in the live. And she said, "What?"
Using whose name?
You used to be a Thorpe donator, yeah. So far they're not confirming anything that you said. And I would prefer not to have to post our messages. And I told her I wouldn't, so I'm not going to. But I can reiterate what they say.
Yeah, can I show you who that? Can I show you who that Carmen Lamaster is?
You have a pretty wild story, Jimmy, and it's not adding up.
Sir. Yes, sir, I do. Picture.
Sure, I'll
Don't
give you
show
the floor.
this.
Send me the
Show
picture.
that.
We'll pull up
Show
your
that.
pictures.
No, that's good, dude. You're good. You're good. You got it all figured out, Ruby. You're good. You're good.
This is what a guilty person acts like. Just by the way, like I've seen a lot of people lie. You're talking to a junkie, Jimmy. You're talking to a junkie
to
right
one
now.
too. You're talking to one too.
Exactly, and you lie like
too.
one, like a bitch.
Nah.
Show
You
the
assume.
gunshot wound, and we'll believe you.
Ruby, I'll show you off screen. How about that? I'll show you off screen. How about that?
Just like you showed your proof of a brain tumor that wasn't proof at all. Why did you even send me that if it wasn't proof? That you just did that to hoping I would. Yeah, that was a weird thing too. And he almost got away with it because he just sent me like a list that had a bunch of other conditions on it, thinking that I would just see it and be like, oh, he has a bunch of shit wrong with him and not really like look into it. I almost did, but Z-Star and other people were bugging me about it. And it was really divisive because it's like, dude, this guy is so well liked in the community. Everyone in chat loved him. He was always hanging out in the Discord, but he also was really dramatic and like joining and leaving the Discords every day and like always like in, you know, just really intense emotions. And I feel bad for him, you know, I do feel bad for him if he's suffering. I don't want anyone to harass him or hurt him. I just want him to stop lying and manipulating people. Because it's wrong, and it made a lot of people feel just weird and kind of violated.
Wouldn't look into each diagnosis.
No,
I did, buddy, and I talked to your emergency contact.
Oh my God! Yep, you sure did. Just like whoever in that, just like whoever in that emails or whatever that.
So why do you keep saying we supposedly talked to her?
No, that's not what I said, Ruby.
A lot of us believed it.
I said you did talk to my emergency contact, but the rest of this stuff on this screen was who I was trying to show you it was from. But you kept saying, oh, this is what a guilty person is. This is what a guilty person is. So you got to figure it out. I'm guilty, Ruby. Guilty.
That's what I'm definitely leaning towards. But, you know, I would love for you to show me the gunshot wounds that you talk about. And chat, now that this has been out for a couple days, what are we thinking? 1's in the chat if he's guilty. 2's if he's not guilty. 3's if you don't know, don't care. How about that?
I told you I would offline, Ruby.
You have a date set at that place? Maybe we could call them up. Yeah, with a different name.
No, I've never doxed that because I ain't taking a chance on that one with you.
Rodeo.
Why? So you could call them and get me kicked out of it? No, I don't think so.
Why would I get you kicked out of a suicide program? Actually,
because you call people.
Maybe I would if I cared, but now I think maybe it's the right move.
Because I told you that she wasn't aware of any gunshot wounds and any things. I just played you a video of her saying I had 3 cut on my head. So I don't know what else you want from me, Ruby.
You just played a weird sound clip. Maybe you could play it again.
3, 9,
if you want to see it that bad. All right. If you really want to see it that bad, I'll show it to you. I'll be more than happy to show it to you.
You sent me medical records that didn't prove what you claimed they proved. You lied to me. You lied to me.
No, I didn't. Go back
you
on
sent
your
me
own
those records to prove you had a brain tumor. There was nothing about a brain tumor in there.
Go back on your own show and listen to what I told you about those medical records, Ruby. I told you I had 2 other hospitals I had to get the portal information from, and that I would give it to you.
Super manipulative.
That's what I told you. I said, this is all I have right now. Go back on your own show and look at what I told you. I said, this is what I have now. I got 2 more hospitals I have to get the tumor stuff from. And you said, okay, that's what you said.
Why did you even send me something that has nothing to do with, like, why would you send me medical records that don't have anything to do with tumor when it's the tumor in question and now the gunshot wound in question?
Because you asked for the medical records that I did have. And I said, this is all I got. And you said,
no, you volunteered them.
Here, this is what she just played.
I didn't ask for that. No, you volunteered it. Do we have to roll the clip?
If I get the sound to work.
I was scared when I had like a benign tumor, like a fairly large one on my head, like a bump for a while. And then I finally got it removed. And I was scared because it showed up in a scan and I was like, holy shit, I have like a brain tumor. But I never went around saying that, you know, it was a benign bump. They're extremely common and you can get it removed at a walk-in clinic. I got mine. I walked into a clinic and they just cut it out. So I have just as much a right to say that I'm dying of a brain tumor and have less than a year to live and I'm in assisted suicide. That makes it just as much sense for me. Oh my God, I only have 1 earring in right now. I lost the other one during my routine.
Sorry about that, guys. I'll start over.
Hey, Carter.
That's taking a day.
We've been divorced. We've been separated since 2023.
2024, May 17th.
2024. How many tumors have I cut out of my head?
This isn't a doctor. This is someone you're saying you're separated from.
You had 3.
This is the emergency contact you talked to.
Were from your
3 separate ear tumors. That, yes, hypothetically, any benign tumor, if left untreated, could turn into something. this is a huge stretch. Huge. Like it's such a manipulation.
That connect apparently to
Bro,
your
where's my
brain.
iPad?
I don't know of anything recent.
Okay.
You had, a tumor in your ear.
We were leaving.
Yeah, that connects to the brain. That's what she said.
I don't know,
you
man.
idiot.
It's not adding up. But let's see what the other people have to say
You know
because I'm
what?
exhausted.
Yeah, please, let's do it. Because this is the
Yeah.
first
All
time.
right. So real quick, Jimmy, listen. Dude, I am from the streets. I am a recovered addict myself. I am 7+ years clean. I've been in the streets of Newark. I've been in the streets, New York City,
Is there
Philadelphia.
anything else? Like,
And
was
I'm
there
sorry,
anything else? 'Cause
TJ. I
know
should
that
have cut
you said
that
there
out.
was a
New
couple
York,
of
New York silly. That was a little funny though. New York silly. And this is when Lowell came on and he finally he just started admitting to some of it and then he disappeared. And then he went to Grace and spun a crazy lie. And she doesn't care what's true. She just wants to dunk on me in any way possible. She teamed up with my stalker of 5 years, who's literally a Nazi and violent. Just anything to dunk on me. And that's why their lives suck, because they don't focus on bettering their lives. They just focus on dunking on Ruby.
thing. So, like, what else?
Yeah,
Because
so
obviously, that's why I asked Jimmy.
And being honest about lying about the tumor and those, him having a year to live because of this fatal tumor. So is there a brain tumor or not right now that you're dying from, Jimmy?
Yes, I have another tumor in there.
Are
That's
you?
why I am in
And you are dying from it.
Yes. And God, I wish
And you're going to show us.
Sorry.
You had no medication but painkillers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Being honest about, lying about the tumor and those, him having a year to live because of this fatal tumor. So is there a brain tumor or not right now that you're dying from, Jimmy?
Yes, I have another tumor in there.
Are you?
That's why I am in
And you are dying from it.
Yes. And God, I wish.
And you're going to show us that later.
Hold on. I wish one of your moms would come up.
Again, let the record show that less than 30 minutes ago, he said, and I quote, "I never said I was dying from a tumor," and now you're saying it again. So
No, that's not what I said.
He's not seeking
I
assisted.
said the tumor wasn't killing me.
It is so hard to get assisted suicide. You can't just get it because you want it or you're depressed. He would have to prove that he has no other options for getting better. That's I'm almost positive it's a huge, it's a huge thing. Shout out Lo, beautiful Lo, my beautiful princess.
Words verbatim, quote for quote, that came out of your mouth when Ruby said something about a tumor was, "I never said I was dying from a tumor."
Right, I'm not.
Let the record show. This is being recorded. We can go back and check.
Yeah, okay, I'm not dying.
Not so what is it?
Let me preface it for you, okay? Is it centimeters that they measure from? Is that what it's called when they do the surgeries?
Dude, I don't know. You tell us. You're the one.
I don't know the measure. I don't know surgical measurements. Okay.
No one asked you to know surgical measurements.
But it's so far close to my brain.
Wait, pause. You don't know surgical measurements?
No, I don't.
You're getting apparently this big surgery because you're dying from a brain tumor and you haven't looked into it at all. Really?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Also, use that experimental medication,
I'm
but we're
saying
not
within
say what it was
centimeters.
or what it was for.
I could definitely see him being on a future Low and Order episode. I love Linx. She does some drama streams, but also she'll do a stream where she paints a figure for 8 hours.
Do you have a date to go to or something?
No,
What's the deal? Can we just watch the fucking video?
She's just gonna be saying
it's at max value, I think.
Yeah, she's just quiet.
Could be better. This is the Princess and Darius Iro.
This is.
And this is them
Well,
watching.
she is legally retarded. I don't think she's legally. Just because you have fetal alcohol syndrome doesn't make you legally retarded.
Also, she is not only her own guardian, but a caretaker for an elderly man. So this idea that she can't, that means she can consent, legally. There isn't a case there. Morally, maybe is there some issue that, adds a layer of nuance to this? Absolutely. And she was definitely vulnerable, inexperienced. Keemstar has a lot more power, influence, sway, and it'll make her life a lot easier if she had been on better terms with him. So there's a lot of fucked up dynamics at play.
Hard. I don't understand why. I guess it would classify you as a form of mental retardation, but you're not retarded. Like her IQ is definitely over a fucking 69.
Maybe she
She
should do
said
an
it?
IQ test to prove it.
I'm pretty sure her IQ is over the fucking 69. Why that number? Because I think that over the if it's over 70, you're not retarded. Am I wrong?
There is a cutoff.
I think I think it's like 69 or 70. Anything under 69 not classic. I'm not doing a sex thing. Am I wrong? Am I fucking tripping?
You're doing a
85
sex
plus,
thing,
it's
bro.
80 and below. 80 is crazy. See, I'm not mentally retarded because I have 101 IQ last week tested, but I could definitely have way over 101. I could see myself with at least a 140 IQ. Like, I'm not even joking. If I just really like focused on it, I could minimum have a 140 IQ.
That would be a huge variation unless you just really weren't trying the first IQ test, but there's no offense. I've taken an IQ test, 121. I'm okay with being a midwit, as long as I'm slightly above average in some ways. I feel good about that. With the weed, though, that brings me back down. I've taken it like while smoking weed and not smoking weed, and there can be like a 10-point difference. But 140 is really, well, no, I think Einstein was like 160 or something. But 140 is like genius. I don't know.
140 minimum.
Someone asked,
GGX
what
gang.
did
What does that
Lynx
mean?
Go ahead and try.
Hi, chemist.
I think maybe
Once
we
I do
can
this,
skip
there's
over.
no going
Skip
back,
forward like a
and I
minute
know
or two.
that.
Dude, just chill the fuck out. Do you have like a date to go to or something? Like,
No,
what's the deal? Can we just watch the fucking video?
She's just gonna be saying hey to chat for the first
I have
3
an
minutes.
IQ of 34.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way
Once
he's
I do
like
this,
10
there's
IQ
no going
points
back.
above Destiny.
Cozy bedroom, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Let me start by putting this in announcements.
Okay, maybe she does actually talk to chat for a minute. I'll skip it up.
Told you.
That night, I drank for the very first time in my life.
No! 30 seconds of my time! No! Let's just farm KCIP.
Thank you, Triggerman, for another $2 donation. Shout out to Prancess. Yeah, we love Prancess. Maybe do some kind of PronCon action this year. We'll see, but make sure you're subscribed. He's on the up and up. He's back in America. He's done with that shit. We're bringing back the shows. He's going to do a show. We got the curl stream. I'll call in. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go getting to the fucking content, dude.
I drank half a bottle of Crown Royal whiskey. And I've always said I would never drink because my mom was an alcoholic and she has put me through hell before she died. And I didn't want to be like her. And with fetal alcohol syndrome, you are more susceptible to get addicted and you react to it differently. It sometimes can be more intense for you. That being said,
the IQ is lowering in America. I think it used to be like the average was like around like 100, but I'm pretty sure it's like 97 now.
I wasn't in my right mind. A lot has been going on. I was drunk for the very first time in my entire life. Hand to God, never before have I been drunk. And Keemstar messaged me about the Lord Rush situation. If you want to see these DMs, it is in announcements. It gets worse. I promise you, it gets worse.
Dude,
essentially, we had a little back and forth. And it ended up with me telling him that I was drunk and him asking to call me. The ability of being neutral, but there is never a possibility
like
of
70.
me coming back. And frankly, I don't want to come back. And after
Hey,
this,
it's 420.
I will be target number one. Sorry. Whew, kind of having a panic attack here. Okay.
Serious L Pron. I'm not gonna read what you actually said. Can you please play the intro first, though?
What
the fuck is this?
I guess from
What the fuck? Bro, what is
Like 1 hour, your precious fucking sleep taken from you by mean daddy who would like to get up and.
So this is a struggle session. Oops, why did I just mute that?
Like you've been.
So this was a struggle session that the Thorpes had. They were like rushing to get back to Rhode Island because they had to open. They wanted to get. Well, first off, they pawned Courtney's gold coins that were worth thousands of dollars. They did that publicly. The pictures are out. It's on video on Naptown in the middle of. Anyway, it's all over the internet. But they were like pretending to not know what the gold coins are. And then even the other day when, or was this just like, yes, I forget when, but Grace went on the kill stream and talked to Ralph about her lawsuit. And she bet a gold coin, which is kind of interesting. I thought you guys had none left and they were all gone. They're so blatant about it. But somehow, I don't know how divorce laws work, but, you know, Ben made sure to fuck over his wife and other children, so that he could go be a full-time internet clown doing incest with his daughter all around the country and harassing and making people's lives worse. But we do get some laughs in between too, and an interesting insight into the mind of a narcissistic psychopath and his slave daughter wife. It's pretty wild.
Crucified 1,000 times. Right?
They fight constantly because she's not always on, like, she's a young woman. Like, Ben is often manic, so he'll wake up at crazy hours. And for some reason, he needs them to be on, like, the exact same sleep schedule, which keeps her in a constant state of being exhausted and confused and just totally brainwashed and zombified.
Homicidal rage is your experience.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's not get Freudian. You're a wonderful human being who's just normal. And Daddy's the crazy one. Okay, well, let's just be in a fantasy world. And Lynx is a great person, and she doesn't have daddy issues.
Wow.
And
No, it's
Ruby
legal in
is
Rhode
really a
Island.
wonderful lol angel. God,
Okay,
does anyone get a wonderful human being who's just normal? And Daddy's the
But it's
crazy one.
legal in Rhode Island.
Well, let's just be in a fantasy world. And Lynx is a great person, and she doesn't have daddy issues. And Ruby is really a wonderful lol angel. God, doesn't anyone get it? And Ava's like a totally healthy person. Great. And Darius is cool too. And Frances, all of them.
Where's Lo? We also have Lo.
Have your fucking Zoomer fantasies. These old people that say we suck are just out of touch with normalcy. You are a victim of me, knowing me. The zillions of hours I've tried to help you, you're a victim of all of them, just like your fucking goddamn hellish mother. Mm-hmm. But I'm not putting myself in a position to go to prison. I want you guys
I thought you felt safer behind the bars.
Lie, so I can feast on the punishment you'll receive for doing it. And you've heaped some lies up today. Don't repent from them. Just say it. You mispronounced the word 9. Good for you.
Oh, also
lying.
The crime that set off this like 9-hour abuse session was that she mispronounced the word 9 and accidentally said like 90. Just so you know, that's what set this
piece of shit.
But I also
I thirst for justice to be rained down on your fucking head for that lie. I'll wait till my Lord sees fit, and I'll cherish being able to cash in on that investment. Keep really very helpful to me in preparing legal documents and studying the law so that I can be in a good position for these hearings. Is that correct?
No, I didn't realize that.
You haven't done fuck all ever. I could hire the fucking top attorney on the planet with the money I've spent trying to help you recover. I said I could get a little payback, but no. Now I have to talk like this.
I want to start by saying I am so incredibly ashamed of myself. I don't know.
I had a fiance, an apartment, I was a musician, I had a job, a life, friends.
The night my nudes got leaked,
all my family all the time.
Keemstar had reached out to me. This was before I ever put it on Patreon.
If anything, you're dangerous.
Okay.
Well, like, what's the worst thing I could say? Like, what's the worst thing I could say about tonight? Like, how would I look in the public? Let's play this out. Like, how would I look in the public if these got leaked to the public and I reached out to her and let her know that, like, there's no way, there's absolutely no fucking her tits, because it was an okay picture. And then she showed me her tits in real life, and I was like, yeah, they're pretty good.
Cool.
And then at some point she showed me her fucking coochie. So I was like, all right. But then she told me this tragic story about her fucking cuck boyfriend that, like, would literally rape her and do all this horrible stuff and da-da-da-da.
And then that's his time to go in to ask her to put on a wig and, like, show her pussy to you. That was the move, you thought, when she was telling you about her abusive, like, relationship. She's drunk, her news just got leaked, she's probably feeling like worthless, everyone's hypersexualizing her, and then the person, you know, who she used to look up to, who she used to consider a friend that she worked for, totally took advantage of that moment for his own use, and it was sick, you know. And perhaps, you know, Linx manipulated him too in a sexual way, but I think it's really more on him. You know, I'm trying to be fair. You know, we have become friends, even though in the past we didn't get along. It was mostly just fake drama manufactured by Keem to make everyone hate each other, you know, by constantly feeding everyone fake info and just being a monster guy 24/7. Like, but yeah, it was super fucked up. And Linx has been through the fucking ringer this week. I can't imagine. I'm so desensitized to, like, my nudes being online because I was a webcam model for a long time. It sucked when, you know, Grace and my stalker and the Chinatown people all spread my old videos around to make sure everyone saw me, like, when I was on drugs and, like, really overweight and had, like, half a tooth and was, you know, making sexy videos to fund my habit, you know. But by the way, that was the worst. I was never a street prostitute. I'll say that again, because Thorpes just love throwing that in there. That just isn't true. Like, I wasn't on the street. I had this apartment for 6 years. I had a job for the 3 years during my relapse. So, you know, whatever. Like they explained with Jimmy, truth, reality, that's not really that interesting or important to them.
It's worse. I promise you.
Dude. I can't believe I even said that to fucking Lynx. Yeah, I want a knot in that face right now. I can't believe I even said that to fucking Lynx of all people. Take the top completely off right now.
Take the what?
Top completely off. Just let them hang out. And then, like, have them like kind of like half high.
Happy Easter. Sorry, this is like very unholy audio.
No.
I'm gonna regret this for sure. 100% without a doubt. I'm gonna regret this.
I highly doubt that.
There you go. Is that what you want?
Retard. All.
This part was really disturbing too. The, like, him calling her retard, like, because just knowing she has fetal alcohol syndrome, and that is an actual, like, fetish for, especially for, like, super dominant males. There's, like, this fetish for disability in women because they're, like, hyper vulnerable, hyper dependent, like, or like mentally ill women or things like that. There's a huge market for that.
What are you talking about?
Stop,
yeah, I think
stop calling me a retard. So degrading. Let me
like that.
Let me fix the wig. Hold on.
Actually fucking hot, retard.
Why did you hit record before doing this?
The fact that she, like, politely, like, giggled and, like, asked him to stop calling her retard, and instead of listening to that, he just, like, says, "You like that, retard?" It's just, this is not a good look for Keem. Not a good look for Keem. Linx was very drunk, yes, and she's not apparently, she said it was her first time ever being drunk. I don't know if she's ever drank at all before, but it was her first time being drunk, she said. She's super young. She's only 21. The bitch is only 21. Sorry, I say bitch in the endearing way. I love Linx.
Lynx. I'm drama queen Lynx. I record everything.
Wait, lean back a little bit. like back so I can see more of you. Look like a fucking mermaid. Look at that.
That was a weird Riz moment too. You look like a fucking mermaid. And I guess he is probably saying because her wig was like kind of wavy and like over her boobs a little bit. But weird Riz, weird dirty talk, weird dude. Weird dude. Weird dude doing weird things. What we're watching.
Jesus. I've saved the emo girl. I've saved her. She's like a fucking, like a 9 right now.
No.
Well, if Wings didn't scam me out of all my money, I was gonna go blonde, but
Yep.
thanks to Wings, I can't.
Not all, but I mean some. It's a fetish.
Okay, so you and the boyfriend breaking up, I was told was a meme, and I haven't paid attention to any of it. So you got to understand all the stuff going on in your life. I know nothing. Tell me the tea.
Oh boy, so.
Are you serious, Gamer? Oh, someone in chat, Patrick
What?
says. I thought you were. Oh, look in there. Grace is in there, you know, saying Keem's cooked. Linx, you're a talented artist, host, and interviewer. The network you're building with Ruby, Ava, etc. is its own thing. Keem ain't got shit on you ladies in terms of entertainment. Keep rocking. Facts. Facts. Yeah, step aside old news. The new news are coming in.
I wish you could understand.
Oh, she's playing him.
At one point, we'll exchange fluids, but there's no rush. Like, you know, I will totally turn your face into a glazed donut at some point in our lives, but I miss my friend.
Are we excuse me, Keemstar? Excuse me? I agree, Ruby. Oh my god. Yeah, I know Keemstar. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's just roll it from the top. Also, Lynx looking beautiful as always, and I cannot wait to meet this bitch in person.
Keem had
Gotta get a
one of the things
passport.
was Keem had asked me to put on a blonde wig and get naked for him.
Years to
He was kind of pushy about it.
Not the blonde wig. Yeah, that's so
Again, I'll
fucking
play that
weird
in
to
a
go
second.
right to like, hey, like we're kind of like cybering. Put on the wig for me. That's like so. I don't know. Just like the instant like demands and like no consideration of like what she's comfortable with. I think he's a bad dude. Man.
Yeah, he asked me to put on a blonde wig and get naked for him. He then proceeded to tell me that I looked like a mermaid. And again, totally my fault. I was drunk and under the influence. I did not think about what was going on. He then propositioned that if I worked really hard for the next few months and proved myself that
Oh my god.
come back.
No shit. That's what he does to everyone. You know this. You know this, Lynx. You know this. He's a manipulator. He knows that you're more powerful, linked up with other bitches. Now we could take him down. So he's trying to undermine you, you know? But I get people do dumb things when they're drunk. But and we're going to see what happens. I don't see why she would leak this unless, like, it did seem like she was implying that Keem was going to leak it or hold it over her, which I fully see him doing. But, like, it's just a weird situation.
Too much. Like, I really, really liked you. Like,
Hold
Frazzled
on.
too. Bro, I think you would, like, literally be playing with a clit. Bro, I'm telling you.
Oh, bro, you be playing with that clit. Bro,
I'm telling you, bro.
like you be playing with the clit.
On this Discord, if this shit didn't break, it would be so fucking hot, dude. You would be flooding. You would have to get flood insurance, bro.
Oh my god, what? This is giving me Lalo vibes. This is giving me drippy.
Hello, What is up, everybody? We're coming at you live for episode 14 of LOL Angels with your hosts, Ruby Spacek and the lovely Lo. What is up?
How are
Lo?
you guys doing
Kind
today?
of meta. I know. I'd rather like
we are outside today. Me
editing
and
it
Ruby
to
both.
its own
Okay.
video, but also react
Yeah.
to it.
Green screen looks pretty decent, so we'll take it.
I don't like watching myself. Really. I actually think it looks pretty good too. It like at like a glance, it actually is almost believable. And do you know what else is almost believable? Jimmy's lies. Sorry
Yes.
to just go right into it, but we've all been lied to on this show because we try to take people at their word. We try to trust people and be open, inviting community. And I've never encountered someone who would make something like that up, but online I'm encountering all kinds of things I had never encountered before. So
yeah, no, we honestly like we need to go from the top because I still need filled in with all of like the little details. Like I know
Yeah,
obviously
Linx
the
in
big main
chat.
lie of what it was, but like obviously it all started here on LOL Angel. So like I feel like this is the perfect place to kind of break everything down for everyone.
If you watch, and here's just a screen grab. This was the first time that we had this like long heart to heart. We were all crying. Like it's I don't know, I feel like it's beyond just like lying online. It's just like the utter manipulation and like going on our platform and manipulating not just us but our audience too.
Him calling her the female Keem makes this all the more weird.
No,
that was another like whole weird thing, and it's like I feel like I've seen like narcissistic do this before. It's like they speak in like this fantasy, and he has this like fantasy of like Linx that he's gonna like somehow like mold her into his like female version by encouraging all like just encouraging bad behavior, and like encouraging that and discouraging good behavior, being like, oh, it's good, oh, she's leaky Linx, like it's just so diabolical and like maniacal in my opinion. Chad, do you think I'm like overreacting? I think he sees that in you, and I think he sees that like people underestimate you and there's something there that you can take really far. He doesn't want you to have that power over your own self. He sees it and he wants a slice for himself. Not just a slice. He wanted to own your life. Like it wasn't okay. Hello. I was just watching a little LOL Angels clip. It's included because this is the supercut I made where I just put like a bunch of clips from the week together, but I don't mean to be watching so much of like myself again, but not everyone has seen this because I had this for members only to get early access because we're trying out different things. I did another members only stream the other night. It was really fun. And we're already at like, I actually have no idea how many. I think it was like 168 members or something, which is awesome. Fucking awesome.
That doesn't make it weird
Fist
at all.
Super chatted $20.
I disagree with that.
Can you maybe explain this? Not all your viewers are in Discord. I have no idea what this is about.
Right now, at first we thought she was batshit crazy in the good way. Turns out, no, she was batshit crazy in the we have to exile you from our community.
And for what reason, Boogie? He is such ass liquor. He is an ass liquor. He is so fake. I just zoom in on his fucking fat, fucking lying face, eating shit, Keem's cock all day and night with that fake, fucking weird look on his face. He pisses me off, dog.
Way, and no one's allowed to even talk about her or mention her until Keemstar got in those DMs.
Yeah, not even allowed to say her name. Not allowed to be in her chat. Like, if you were in the Lolcow Live Discord, that means Keem gets to decide what you do with your own fucking free time and money. How the fuck does that make sense?
Found out she was recently made single.
$19.99. Keem, for a punishment, you have.
And is it just me? Okay, wait, hold on. I'm. towards Ava because I feel like Ava is just like scraping lower and lower at the bottom of the barrel.
What does that even mean? They literally cannot comprehend a collab that's like mutually beneficial for all parties involved. And this is why they're going to be stuck where they are forever. And also, I wasn't going to say it, but we all see it. We all know what's going on. Like anyone who's denying that is like mind melted. It's so obvious. Doesn't even need to be pointed out. She's always got,
But I could be wrong. Like I feel like
We're also scraping, Grace begs to collab with all of these people. Ben begs to collab with all of these people. They idealize, devalue, and they just will never self-reflect and change their behavior to be self-appealing for people to work with. Sucks to work with you, not worth the hassle. That's that.
Whereas Ruby is, she's always at the bottom of the barrel.
Ruby is a leech. Like,
Yeah.
she's Boyd. She's Boyd for
How
life.
am I
She's
a
never going to be
leech?
anything bigger than that. So
how? What are you talking about?
But Ava's here trying to grasp onto the pussy hairs of a retarded girl for relevance.
Yeah, that's
relevance. We're friends, you idiot. Some people are just friends and enjoy making content together. They reach so hard to try to make up imaginary drama where there isn't any. Being Ruby likes to gloss over that she made a video called Why Lynx Sucks. And it's no. I feel like we talk about that all the time, how we initially got off on bad terms and then totally got to know each other and changed our minds. It's a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, the opposite happens when people get to know you, bitch. It's a bad scene in
Not
that
like
brain.
Ava has really ever streamed with anyone who's been very relevant, but
Yeah.
I just feel like this is low even for her. But maybe I just have too high.
Also, Ruby does own.
What do you mean even for me and Ava have been collabing for a year or almost a year on a regular basis. This isn't some new thing. What are you talking? They literally, and it's annoying though, because they have their stupid audience that'll agree with everything. The mostly hate watchers. And then there's just some new idiots who are always in and out. They'll just repeat the stupid lies and it's just annoying. Or I'll just see them repeating some sentiment. Look at another sneak diss from Eva. It's what are you talking about?
Although it's not it pointed out that she was a street prostitute, a full-blown pornographer, and is a total failure sexually.
Half past 2, ready to go.
Okay, that's the end of that first supercut, and then there's one more that I made just earlier that goes over the lawsuit stuff, and then I'm thinking of having Linx come up around 6 p.m. if that works for her. Let me pull it up. This is a little subtext, my little.
On my phone every day saying feels so good.
But I can't. That was already enough of me just watching that. So, all right, let's get to the most recent one. Let's go. Thorpe's first Keemstar featuring Ethan Ralph, Mr. Deadman, Hormaxer, Tommy C, and friends. Let's go.
Suing anybody, but I am going to sue Keemstar. My name is Grace Thorpe. I am going to sue Keemstar.
I like how she's so dramatic about it too. Okay. My name is Grace Thorpe, and I'm going to sue Keemstar. She's it's such a grandiose delusion. She really is she's trying to deliver this, and it's giving silly, and the shirt is giving wrinkly, and the makeup's giving covering up obvious black eyes all the time, and the hair is giving take a shower.
EP was not out
officially. I've made my decision. I've started a GoFundMe, and I'm going to do it. It's my first time suing anybody, but
She made the GoFundMe, so
I believe the legal term for what I'm suing him for is tortious interference.
Exactly. They just want to scare him and maybe squeeze out some money or something. I don't know.
I have to thank Linx for dropping the 3-hour phone call she had with Keemstar.
I think you would like literally be playing with that clip.
Like a week ago, in which he admits to getting my channels taken down and demonetized personally.
I know.
Under false pretenses.
He's like making fun of other people for mispronouncing this word she learned yesterday. Not that I knew. I mean, I looked into it, and I also looked into what happens when other people have tried to sue Keemstar, and there are laws that protect people from frivolous lawsuits. So Keemstar could potentially countersue her to pay for his probably very high attorney fees, because that's what happened to someone else who tried to sue him. They ended up having to pay Keemstar $200,000. But these Grace, her dad like encourages her to tank her credit score. Like they're not living in a way that's gonna ever be anything long term. I don't get it. Yeah, totally brain scramble is. I don't know what to say.
And tortious interference is a legal term, which means attempting to or breaking somebody's contract, somebody's business contract with like between two people, going in between that.
Well, don't worry
lying
about
about one
guys,
of them
because I checked. They're at a whopping $250. Take that, Keemstar. You think you're gonna be the one to take down Keemstar? No, that's me. I'm gonna take down Keemstar. And then what, bitch? And then what? It's a fucking fantasy. Get a new one.
For the contract to be broken. So I believe I have a solid legal case for that. I have evidence of him admitting to doing this. And Keemstar has no reason, he has no valid reason for interfering with my business contracts with both YouTube and Kick. He tries to give reasons in the audio. We'll be going through it.
And it's very common for
He does not actually have reasons.
Whoa. False allegation. Okay. False. Okay. Complete false allegation.
Yep.
My PP never left the gate. I can promise you that. That's a fact. False allegation.
8 hours, he literally said during the call, he has to masturbate before he goes to bed.
I don't know if I said that. I don't care.
Check the transcript.
$2 on Rumble.
You can answer
Grace,
if you
your
want.
father's cum obviously has way too much salt
All right,
content
now-
and is not good for your health or your weight.
Look.
Please cut it out of
Right.
your diet.
That's funny.
I've been just making fun of you for the weight gain, and you've called me fat plenty of times. I don't.
I know. If
really
anyone,
care.
it would be a link. It's not Grace.
That's too
Grace
much.
would- She does not
Anyway,
want-
go ahead, play the call.
I don't care if you make fun of me. I don't care if you make fun of me for my weight, Ethan. I don't care.
I mean,
it's,
you look.
it's what the lowest. It's the lowest thing. Ruby Spacek also does it. It's the lowest because I fucked up and had a morbidly obese, druggy child who died in prison and didn't want to face the
Died
consequences of
from
my
being
own bad action.
hostile. Are you okay with her ending up like her older brother today?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're happy to facilitate that?
If that's what she wants to do, yeah. I don't fucking care.
So tell me about how making fun of you for gaining weight when you also, on top of dragging my deceased brother, misrepresenting our case, and just overall being an absolute vile, sickening human being, looking for my brother's tombstone so you could piss on it. You're disgusting. It's anyway. So I just thought that was funny. Yeah, talk about that's just like the lowest, like making fun of someone's weight. That's just like so low. Like I prefer to just like not go that low. Okay.
The lowest thing you could pull on. I get it. You're at the bottom of the barrel. You're gonna scrape for anything you can get. It doesn't affect me.
Totes.
Call me a fat pig, whale whore, all you want on Twitter. If it makes you feel better, bro. Now here's the call.
It does, but go ahead.
It does. Also, wait. That's not what I recall from a clip from a few months ago, or just a couple weeks. Who knows? Time's a blur. Time's a blur. But I thought I had a little clip here. That's
Look more like these women because I'm at like my sexual peak. Number two, Ruby calling me fat did get to me because I'm like, okay, well, I sit and criticize her all day, but at the end of the day, like, I'm 40 pounds overweight.
Okay, how about this
and
one,
she's
Grace?
looking good.
Froso Thoth says Ben up next. Okay. Yes and no.
Look,
there's no continuity with these people.
pull up and jump the fence.
You about that life?
Why didn't you jump the fence and come meet me at the bar at a neutral location? You want to set me up to go got the police on me?
Bitch, I ain't got to leave here. You come here, bitch.
Bitch.
And see what you about.
Well, no, you're setting me up to get trespassed. You're setting me up. I know what you're doing.
I don't give a fuck. We're going.
You might not call the cops, but Keem will. He's a little bitch.
No, it's just me and you, motherfucker.
No, the reason you're not leaving is because of Keem. I'd come say hi. I'd come say hi.
You ain't about that life. Go fuck your daddy, bitch.
You won't. Obviously, an invite from one of his employees. That was the same.
Now,
day.
what he'll say? First off, if this ever goes to court, I seriously doubt. But what he'll say is she didn't have any authority to invite you there anyway, because, like you said, she's an employee of his, right? And that he had overall, call on who would be there.
I understand that. It's not him specifically. It's just it's not really a legal argument per se, except that if I had gone there, I could have said I was invited. I'm not trespassing.
Yeah, but she invited you, but in a way of like, hey, come jump the fence. It wasn't like we're gonna open the gate for you to let you in. It did seem like she was trying to set you up, actually. Yeah, I agree with that part. But
if I tell you to come to my house and hop the fence, meet me in my backyard,
condition they
you
have.
do it. Do you think you can be arrested for that if you have it recorded that I told you to do that?
that Xylee bitch, by the way, that said that.
Are they officially? They're just pimping her out now. What do you mean she's going on a date? Wait. What kind of content does Grace do? Usually it's centered around watching all the content that I make and tearing apart every aspect of my personality, family, history, so on and so forth. Oh god, that thing gets into it with every but she has made really good like IRL content in the past, and I actually kind of enjoy some of the struggle sessions because it's an insight into two very, very mentally sick brains that still somewhat function in the world, but like are constantly in a state of chaos due to their like poor social and emotional reasoning, and they lack empathy for anyone but themselves. So that's not really empathy if it's for yourself. Yeah, but I've learned to make the best of it. You know, it is what it is, and it helps me. It can be good to have an enemy as someone people can bond around hating you. It provides easy content to just like react to because she's always watching my content, you know. But I don't know. Like I know they're in Connecticut right now, and I'm sure they're going to be driving around New Haven at some point to try to fuck with me, and I do not care. But if they show up at the bookstore, the police will be there too because they are banned by the owner.
Who is that? I don't even know.
It's such trash. It's such trash. By the way, that was out of nowhere. I invited her to meet me at a bar, and she called me 3 times. That was the 3rd call. The other 2 calls were her screaming at me incoherently. But yeah, what trashy behavior for a 50-year-old woman? Like, I'm out the fence, beach. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna fight an old lady.
But you didn't get arrested. They restored.
Is also like this whole time the whole right over is like acting tough. You messed with the wrong girl. And the wrong girl's daddy. It'll never stop being weird that she can't do one thing without her daddy next door. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
Your channel. So there's a lot of other arguments too. It's like, well, you're back on YouTube. You're back on.
I total up $20,000 worth of damages so far. Do you want to know how I got to that conclusion? Since March 6th, my 2 YouTube channels have been demonetized. From March 15th, my YouTube channel Misunderstood was terminated. I don't have here exactly when it was reinstated, but it was terminated. But the demonetization is the most important part. On March 28th, my Kick channel was suspended. On April 5th, my Kick channel was reinstated. 2 months of lost revenue, with Thorpe TV earning $3,000 a month. That makes that $6,000. Misunderstood earning $2,500 a month. That's $5,000. Kick earning $2,500 a week. That's $2,500. That's $18,500 for the lost revenue. To do stream with
Sounds
me
familiar. Oh, looky. This is them typing out the other lawsuit against RTU. How's that one going? Remember when they were going to sue him because he was going to stream with them, found out that they're fucking insane, canceled. So they decided to drive to his hometown where he lives with his fucking family and do everything that's like within the law, you know, to taunt this man, you know, going like right at park right by his house and just sitting there to just fuck with the man. And like, I forgot if they went to his house or something, but he ended up calling the police. Anyway, so they were going to charge him for changing his mind about a collab. What? I'll just always wonder, is it like, are they aware of it or is it full delusion? Because they spend so much time and energy fantasizing about lawsuits and just typing these things out. That's what they do all the time, you guys. That's all they do. It's so strange.
Links. Never followed through. Ghosted for no reason.
All right, people.
Also,
I'll be happy in chat. We all
promised to have me come over IRL and split.
But also, it's not a contract, Grace. Agreeing to do a collab with someone isn't a contract. And then changing their mind upon seeing that you're insane, that's not breaking a contract. That's called having common sense. And level of common sense that I didn't have, which is why we are here today. Still stuck in the vortex with these freaks.
$2,000 goal with me, half. Never followed through. That's true, by the way. I have a voice message from him where he says,
like, is she the recorded one? Like, she might just
like, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so then he breaks the contract. Then the quote.
Oh my
stalking.
god, I'm not
okay,
a banner anymore, people. Dude, the Thorpes are even not banned in my. No one. That is the old Ruby. I don't do it anymore. Okay, I learned the light. I saw the light. You know, I've experienced being banned from chats. It's annoying, and also I have so much overwhelming love and support. I miss the spice. I like a little spice, you know. So haters, come on down. You're welcome back. Just don't like spam the N-word. Is like, I think that's it, man. Stalking. Yes.
My dad and I drove to New York and had a picnic in your town.
They stayed there for like a week. Just to fuck with him. The sole purpose was to fuck with him because he rejected their plan, which activated their rejection dysphoria and puts them into this like psychotic paranoid state where they feel like they must retaliate with everything they've got. It's so like Ben did have brain inflammation as a child. That's probably why he's like this to some degree. And, you know, look at Grace.
Never even drove down your basis of the lawsuit. Like, we had a contract. You said you would do something with me. You didn't follow through on it. And then you defamed me for no reason. Also, YouTube itself suspended my income.
Oh, so if you didn't see that, it was also just what, like, literally the day before that she announced she's suing her parents, which is obviously something Ben put her up to either fuck with the court system, stall it, give them more time to hide money. And also she's going to reference gold coins once again. Like, they're so brazen, and it's
the month of, I believe,
not be great
February, which I would have gotten paid out for in
they
March,
did that, yeah.
which was about 5,000 between the two channels.
Yeah, like, first off, it's gonna take a
Well,
lot
the problem
more
would
than
be
10
that
grand.
you can't prove that you can't necessarily prove that Keemstar, that Kick didn't suspend me for some other reason.
I will
However,
say, King, it is kind of cocked that you like, I don't know. They call him like hard R. They treat him like shit. Like they are racist too. Just for good measure, if the incest and abuse, all that wasn't enough, they also are racist.
you can link specifically him DMing Trainwrecks TV, which he tweeted about, him saying, I contacted a member of Kick, the DM and the time I was suspended from Kick, what I was suspended for, which was doxing and trespassing, neither of which he did, and both of which he accused me of on that call.
Neither of which I did.
What did I say?
Also, like
neither
YouTube and all these sites and their TOS, they delete channels and do shit like that. Like they give themselves a whole lot of room, to like these, I don't know. It's just already on such weak grounds and like so many different ways, not to mention the fact that they're broke and homeless, and can't afford lawyers and are probably just going to get countersued into being totally in debt. Ben is going to go to jail, dude. They're begging it, like, at this point. He's not paying his child support. They're just like blatantly moving money into Grace's name, talking about the gold coins that they can't find, yet they publicly sold some of, and just in this stream mentioned once again. And Spicoli, I'm going to have links up in like 15 minutes, and then we'll drop the link a little later. I'm going to be on for a little bit. And we're done of that. I mean, fine. Yeah, that's fine. And it's your prerogative, but it just comes off kind of like, damn, like, don't you must like the abuse. And some people do. I totally get that.
Neither of which I did. Okay, all of that together is extremely circumstantial evidence that his interference, lying about me, saying I was doing illegal stuff when I wasn't, was what got me suspended. And the same would apply for the YouTube channels in a different way.
Now, thousands of miles to crash
now-
something he was not invited to.
Again, I could try
They
to
called
poke
the
holes in
cops
some
on
of
her
that.
multiple
I've
times.
talked
She
about it a
didn't-
little bit already, but okay,
I hate
let's
Keemstar.
just
I wish she did have a case.
give you all that. You understand that Keemstar has a lot of money, right? And that $10,000.
Dude,
I have some family court stuff
I
going.
feel so sick. I accidentally got in an argument with that guy who was like obsessed with fucking Grace and did weird BDSM with like her and her mom, not Hormaxer. That was a different one, like Tropical Key or something. But he's a sick fuck, totally obsessed with Grace, and he has like a wall of just like jizz. He just piles up and just lets it dry there, and he showed it on video. Anyway, I guess he has like different usernames around. I didn't recognize his username, and I ended up like arguing with him for like 45 minutes. And he was saying like that I didn't do enough to try to like save Grace or like get her out of that situation, when anyone who watched what happened saw I really did try. I offered her my home, and I got fairly close, but she ultimately made the choice to keep doing the thing that she's doing. So everyone calm down. They would have lost the drone. Oh, bro, I forgot about the drone. They were getting a drone to like literally spy on these people. He got caught lying because people were accusing it, and then they were saying that he made up the brain tumor. So he was like, I'll prove it to you, Ruby. And he sent me some medical documents, and it did have like a bunch of random stuff on it. And I think he was banking on me just being like, oh, whoa, he's fucked up. I don't care what it is. Like, he's sick, whatever. And I think he was hoping I would do that, and I almost did. But then like Z-Star and other people were like really adamant. So to get answers, I messaged his wife, who was the emergency medical contact. And she said she's never heard of him ever having any brain tumors, or ever getting shot. And his parents are still alive, and he's not streaming from a hospice center that is his parents' house. So, and then we were looking back at his videos, and there's so many
defamation lawsuit filed against me a couple years ago. They wanted a $10,000 retainer, and they said it would cost probably $50,000 before it was all over with.
Okay, so here's the thing about that.
He's representing himself,
Keemstar,
so like I went ahead and just said,
Grace
okay,
also
let's go
thinks
to
she could be
court,
her
and
own
then
lawyer, which is
he
fine.
backed out because I mean it was probably wasn't.
Yeah,
you
sorry.
can't- winning a defamation case in California is very hard, even with an excellent lawyer, much less repping yourself. So yeah, he backed out on that at the end.
The difference, though, here's the difference. Keemstar, like you said, is very wealthy, and he
Yes.
has tens, if not hundreds of millions of followers and people who are aware of him online.
Yes.
So a lawyer is going to look at this case and say,
Oh,
you
that
know,
they
like
might
they would
take
probably
it
look
on
at the Pickford
spec?
case and
Yeah.
say, hang on a second, you're suing somebody who has a lot of money and a lot of clout. This could be very profitable. I think that I will get a lawyer who will take it. Really do.
All right, now I'll let this go through, and that does happen.
Grace,
at
no
least.
judge on the planet is going to care about this. Also, we all know you're not starving. It's obvious. You could probably live off your McDonald's points alone.
All right, now which jurisdiction are you planning on suing him in? For one,
I don't know. I mean, New York State, obviously. You mean like what particular court in New York State?
right? Well, I mean, I guess you could probably try to sue him in Texas too. Like I know where he lives.
No,
He lives
it'd be
in
New
Buffalo.
York State.
Yeah, he lives in Buffalo, but
Yeah.
Panel. I want to ask the question. I'm sure you're curious too. You can see in the video. That's why you're here. What does
Okay, I wish she
Grock
just came
think
clean.
of,
We could have done something with that. But you just
Grace's
kept lying.
lawsuit idea? In case you haven't heard, Grace plans on suing Keemstar, and she ran this idea with Grock. And let's take a look here and see what it thinks about the whole thing. Here we go. Let's just play it.
For tortious.
Oh, sorry, that was rude. That was Ben coughing to the microphone in the background. We'll carry on.
Does the list prove tortious interference? Why and why not?
Okay, so you see that, right? Grace is asking Grock to analyze a list of timestamps and quotes, indicating who is Keemstar and who's Lynx. That's the two individuals had a conversation and
It's not the worst idea to consult Grock, with like legal questions. The only thing is it's like I don't know. I was impressed by the info they were able to get out of it. It could be useful to them. I still just given how badly they've behaved and the way they went above and beyond to fuck with Keemstar too. If this gets to any court, I just have a feeling it's just going to be much worse for them. I feel like they're probably gonna have like cold feet about filing it, knowing that they can countersue. I think they're just maybe trying to escalate threats or something. You never know. But Grock can be helpful, and Grock is also very pro Ruby. We've gotten some fun pro Ruby sentiments from Grock.
in that conversation, Keemstar revealed that he did message his friend that owns, who works or owns part of or owns the whole thing. I'm not exactly sure of Kick. He's involved in Kick some way, and he's the one who got the channel removed. Okay, but we all kind of already knew that. We kind of, because he even did that on his Twitter. He messaged some guy, and then you got Keemstar saying what 1,000 years or something like that. It was crazy.
No,
So,
don't do me
yeah,
dirty like
We
that.
kind of knew that, but anyway, let's see what Grock thinks about this.
It's not going to be able to do that.
Yes.
Did he catch that? Ben was like, Grock is not going to be able to do this. Even Ben doubts. This is her
Okay,
her
let's go.
counsel.
Analysis of transcript, timestamps, and quotes. I will evaluate I love you, Grock. I'll evaluate each timestamp for its relevance to the elements of tortious interference, focusing on whether it proves Keemstar's intent, actions, knowledge, and use of wrongful means. I'll also address Grace's notes and implications for her case. Let's go! 34, quote, her channels and shit all
No.
Yeah, did you have
Okay.
something to do with that? Yes.
Oh, wait,
that was
one.
a quote there
Yeah,
in the
true.
video.
23.
Analysis.
23.
This
Different
is
bed.
strong evidence. Keemstar's admission, yes, suggests he took deliberate actions that led to Grace's channels being banned.
Okay. Grock is saying, hey, Attorney Grock is
Linx
saying, hey,
is gonna be coming
it's
after
strong
me soon.
evidence here.
I sent the
that
link
there's some
over
sort
to
of
her.
interference
So, come on, like 10 minutes.
could have happened.
It supports the intentional procurement element for contract interference and interference for prospective economic advantage. Undermines. The quote is vague about how he interfered
Actually, we got Linx
without
backstage.
specifics and
Right.
unclear if his actions caused a breach or used wrongful means. YouTube
Exactly. And that's going to be a problem there.
Kick's independent decision to ban could weaken causation.
Yes, exactly. That is a big problem. So these platforms like Kick and YouTube, like you're not entitled to be on them. You know, there's terms of services and stuff, and there's been times where they've been to terms of service on their own to get rid of people left and right.
All right, we'll just come back and we can watch the rest of this with Linx too. But let's just bring Linx up. Hi.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Better now that you are here. Some tough watches. I mean, entertaining, but like, you know, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been
well, I
listening.
don't know. I don't know what your
to
thoughts
this
are on
stuff,
the whole
Yeah,
the lawsuit situation.
so stupid. Honestly, even if I had the chance to sue Keem, I still wouldn't. Like, it's not worth the time and effort and money, and like, just not worth it.
Yeah, and she got her channels back too, so it's like
in under 2 weeks.
One thing if it was like permanent, I get that, like that's a big deal, you know. But I don't know. It's definitely, in my opinion, a reach. But how are you doing? You've had a crazy like consecutive like couple weeks or months. It seems like it's just been a lot. What's up?
It's been a lot. Just as of today, I recently have been getting a lot of spam texts and calls, both on Discord, my personal number. Someone must have put my number out there somewhere. And basically, people are saying you don't actually have FASD, you're not actually deaf, you're just scamming the government. You know, the same argument that we've been dealing with. So today, I decided to present the evidence, the proof. Now, I have over there on the floor, it ain't pretty, but I have all my paperwork all over there on the floor. But I also sent it to our DMs. So
yes.
I blocked out the parts that, you know, are personal names. But my name is in there, and my grandmother and my grandfather's name is in there. And if you would like to present the evidence to your
It's okay
chat,
for me to just pull it up as is.
Yeah,
It's like, it's all
how I sent it to you, it's fine to pull up exactly how it is. But I'm sick and tired of having to sit there and defend myself. And after you show this, I'll kind of explain what exactly FASD is, because people are assuming that it just means that I'm retarded. And yes, I'm retarded, but not in the sense that like people think.
Well, obviously, you're your own legal guardian. Like and when you enter, is like, how does it feel to have everyone being like, her IQ could it be 69? And I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've never taken an IQ test. I've been very adamant and very outspoken about the fact that I suck at math. So I don't think an IQ test would be very good for me. But it's not all in the IQ. It's more like street smarts too, right? And I can think for myself, and yeah.
All right, I finally got it. So this is our messages. Should I start at the first one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is saying that I have fetal alcohol syndrome and I am hearing impaired by the district school board. And this was back in... Actually, I don't have it in that one, the date.
And what is
And
this
then
one?
Are you able to zoom into that one?
Oh yeah. Hold on, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go.
So it says grade 6 individual education plan, which is an IEP. And then it says right there, diagnosed with FASD, presented with mild, moderate delay in speech sound development, accompanied by language comprehension. I'm not beating the allegations after that. And
You're fine. And
that
also,
was
like, people are
when
so it's fuck everyone who is like prying at this anyway, because it has nothing to do with like the people are just prying and trying to fuck with your shit.
But
Fuck with your life.
also,
It's all just spite
I would
and
like
sadism.
Jimmy to take notes because this is exactly why I was saying to him last time I spoke to him. How do you not have it just able to pull up? There's no way. If you have all these medical things, like you could ask me, you know, a receipt
Assisted
for when I
suicide
got,
date. Like
yeah, exactly. So this here, what we're looking at is if you go to the bottom, it says extractions and stuff. I have had a lot of dental work done. It also, again, says fetal alcohol syndrome. It's hard to read, but you know. So all these forms say fetal alcohol syndrome. And some of them are from the doctors and some of them are from the district school board. And then if you look at the last two.
Sorry, I'm really slow.
Yeah, they were sent separate.
All right. And then the next message. Oh my god, why is this not working? Here we go. Oh my god. Okay. I might like I think that I have something wrong with like my motor skills. It's like the brain can malfunction in so many different ways where you can be highly competent in so many ways, but just one dimension. Like different, even if you get a brain injury, like depending on where you're injured, that can impact either your speech or your reasoning or your empathy. Like there's so many different ways, and it like people just narrow it down to mean something it like doesn't mean. But it doesn't mean you don't struggle either. You can be like competent but still struggle. Like, do people
This
not get
paper
that?
shows that I was involved in facts. I was involved in the IEPT. I was involved in a child care center, Niagara Rehab. And and then this one just again states by a doctor, diagnosis of panic disorder, attention deficit disorder, and fetal alcohol spectrum. Because I was seeing a like psychiatrist, the hearing aids didn't matter in this fact, which is why they're not listed. But yeah, so I mean, you don't have to read through all that, but it's essentially just me proving my point that like yes, in these paperworks as a kid I struggled more with it, but I had to take courses. I had speech therapy for 3 years just to be able to speak normally. I had socialization courses, I believe is what they call it, and I had to work with an IEP teacher just to learn how to socialize normally in society. And I've said before, the bullying really helped kind of force me back into what was societally acceptable, because I, as a kid growing up, I did not do what was societally acceptable, and I keep butchering words. It's not helping my case, but you get the point. So I just wanted to throw that quickly before we get into everything, just so people can stop saying I'm faking my fucking disability so I can get a paycheck. If I really just wanted to sit there and scam the government, why am I working? Literally makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense, but people don't care. It's all about just like we don't like you, or we're like, you know, especially like with the revenge porn and everything that came out in Keemstar, like people are very opportunistic in how they'll spin things, you know, and like and I don't know if people saw, but Linx was on Just Stulk's stream the other day. We were in his Discord server. What did you think of that? Because I thought like he's being like fairly neutral, but then someone else came in who was like just being like, oh, if you were actually like this, you would have acted like this. And by the way, no one knows anything about psychology and the variance in ways that people react to trauma or situations that they're uncomfortable with. There's a whole wide range. And the way she
So,
acted actually was very
yeah,
much like
this
meshes with
Moreau
mine.
guy comes in and he's like, well, if you were in a 5-year abusive relationship and you know that Keemstar's toxic and abusive, why would you go for him? You would go far away. And I'm like, well, not every like case of like domestic abuse and like, you know, is the same, because some people long for that after they're in a relationship with that. And I said, I mean, I'm still learning myself the science and stuff. And you can see by the text, by 6 a.m., I wasn't really into it. I was avoiding anything sexual. And then by the next day, like I was like, I don't really know why I did that. And I do regret it. I mean, it doesn't take away from what happened. I think Ethan, by the way, is it Ethan? Hold on. Kitchen Man Dan talking about societally acceptable while selling pics of your body is kind of funny. I'm so sorry that my revenge porn was leaked and I decided to make 8K on it instead of just sitting there crying. If you want people to just sit and cry and beg for attention and money, go over to Grace Thorpe. That's your kind of audience.
You didn't notice. Dan, that doesn't even make sense. Like the pictures that she uploaded are all the ones that were already out that could be used.
They were
to
already
blackmail
going to
her.
be put out. Yeah.
This has been explained so many times, and I feel like he's just being like disingenuous to like get to try to like trigger us or something. But because that's dumb. Or also, Dan, I'm concerned about your IQ, you know? You seem to have struggled like understanding complex ideas. You thought that Ben was a great guy. I mean,
I wasn't collabing with Grace a week ago. That's hilarious distinction. Collabing with Grace. Yeah, right.
also being like on a panel, like you could say I was collabing with Grace a week ago for the Lala thing. Normally, I would not generally have her on my panels. I find her to be like obviously a toxic influence, but in that moment, we're grilling Lalo, you know, and we all wanted to see how they would interact like live in that moment, you know.
And I mean, it was good content and it was good, like getting down to what the story really was, having them both on, right?
Yeah, and that's how we got Dripgate and you know these iconic and Dripgate. Who could have thought? Like, I swear to God, last week before like this Celebrity Sunday, I was like, I've been having these like great Celebrity Sundays and lots going on, plenty to like talk about, and I was like worried that there wouldn't be anything crazy happening, you know. And then the Keemstar leaks come out, and that's just like so insane on so many levels, like. And then the reactions that people have are insane and piss me off. And like you constantly having to defend yourself. And I mean, it's like, I get it. People are skeptical. They should be, you know, that's good, you know?
And I came to you and I said, I'm not doing anything with this, but I need to get it off my chest. The hypocrisy is insane. And I came to you and Ava with it. And we all agreed. And I had said, I don't want to leak it. I just need to talk about it. I just need to get it off my chest. And I had said I wasn't going to leak it. You both said I shouldn't leak it. That was the end of it. But Morning, when I was talking to him, recorded it and was going to out it. So why would I give a nobody, you know, essentially clout when it should be explained by me, the person who was involved in the situation, who has all the receipts and the evidence kind of thing? Because the way he feels about the situation is Keem's a pedophile. He took advantage of a drunk girl who's retarded. And that was
PDF though is like, I mean, there's an age gap. I think it's like
I don't
it's
agree.
odd,
I don't agree with
it's
you.
sus. It's sus that like you're near his daughter's age or like whatever things. It's sus. And he was using everything he had to manipulate you. Like, and you can see it throughout the call. And you reacted the same way, like, especially when I was younger, I was in situations where I was confused. I was caught off guard. I didn't know what I wanted. I wanted to keep things on good terms. You're processing 8,000 different things at once. And, you know, you can't control like what reaction you had. And you never thought it would like get this insane. But I am curious, at any point, did you like, were you like at some point were you just kind of like, did you want to bait him at all since it already got to that level? Or did you like
when I started asking him,
along?
when I started asking him questions about like the Grace thing, Wings coming back, that was me like taking advantage of the situation.
That was
because
smart,
as
and I'm
we
glad
started
it's
getting
out, even though she
sober-
doesn't have a case.
yeah.
Even though she
And
doesn't have
then
a case,
it cleared my name up.
It
It
shows how
cleared my
petty
name up because what was the number one reason why I was banned? Oh, because me, myself, I doxed Brantley's family. But then he said it wasn't you, it was someone in your Discord. I have the proof somewhere. And when I asked for it, he said, I don't know, I can't find it.
Dude,
So
and you also keep
why are
banning me
you
the
telling
second I made a
everyone I
link.
did it?
Like, the second I made a link having you in my show, I was banned from the Discord. That was that.
Yeah.
Like, you were radioactive for everyone else, like, but him, apparently. And also, he even said on the show, like, the only reason I went to help her was to clear my mod's name. And it's like, he acts like he cares or is invested. And like, you worked with him, you know, and you learned a lot from that experience too. So I understand like having mixed emotions about it. Like,
yeah.
How do you feel now that it's been like a couple days? Like,
Honestly, although I didn't want it out there, I'm glad it's out there. It seems to have a ripple effect. It seems to be helping other people. Obviously something's going on with Brantley and him, considering she hasn't been there. So I don't know what's going. Yeah, she hasn't been there since like the morning I leaked it.
dude, well, it's doesn't.
And
look
I
good
don't
for her
wish
that
him to
her
break
like
up or
fiance
anything
would
like
creep
that.
her. Like,
But he
that's
did betray her because he told me she's in the room, she's okay with it, and then it goes from so she was sleeping, like fake sleeping and listening into our conversation. She's mad about it, but you know, I got permission now so I can see her tits. Let's see her tits. Blonde wig, let's go. That's exactly what happens in the phone call. So like, oh no. Oh, I'm still being seen. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that's great. Hi, chat. Oh no. Triggerman, do I have proof? I mean, I not like straight proof. This is the 4th time that it's happened. Oh, okay. It's weird because she's the showrunner that it wouldn't kick me from it. Oh, her laptop died. Okay, I'll keep going for you. I think. Is that what it was supposed to do? 1 minute. Okay. Okay. I'm reading chat. Y'all in chat. Let's hear some I wonder what laptop she had. Oh.
Hi. Dude, I totally forgot that my like battery was dying. I unplugged my laptop and then it just died. So very sorry about that.
That's okay. What laptop do you have?
Going. Yes, very sorry about that. So anyway, where were we?
Total MK as soon as the link. No. Stop being frozen.
Oh, nothing. I need a new laptop and internet. I'm such a brokey, but anyway, so we were talking about how he was like lying about Brantley, or she wasn't actually okay with it, and that's what
she wasn't okay with it because she says in the live chat of the stream, well, Brantley told him not to do this. Brantley knew she was recording, but Brantley, he didn't listen to Brantley.
Dude, it's such a bad look for Keem, just like on so many levels. Like, I kind of wanted to talk about the retard thing. Like, do you think that's a fetish for him?
I'm not sure. Ray R, can you confirm that the call was the day before? Yes, it was the day before his dog died.
Dude, what a week for Keem. Well, and I feel bad for the dog situation. I send my condolences because that's always horrible, but we were watching, wasn't it? We watched a video.
Yeah,
or did
we
you
watched
show
it,
me?
yeah. I do feel bad for that. And that's kind of why I felt a little like manipulative the way he was like, well, thank you for apologizing for my dog. I was like, why were you bringing that up right now? Because I had sent him like, I'm sorry to hear about Skippy. Like, if you need anything, let me know. And he never replied. But then when this all happened, he replied, laughed my ass off. I'm still making you money. And then I was like, well, what did you want me to do? Like, let someone leak this thing with a false narrative? Like, you know what I mean? And I showed him proof that like Morning was going to leak it and everything. And he's like,
Fucking
it's
Morning's
whatever.
hard, dude.
I have to deal with it now. I appreciate you reaching out about my dog. And then he's like, the trust is gone. Like, this hurts. I was like,
He'll never take any accountability though for the fact that, like, you know, especially if he listens that back and hears, like, especially with sober ears, how he was acting. And but I don't know, maybe he's
and he
just like
refuses to listen
fully
to it.
cold-blooded.
He's
Oh,
refusing.
he's been saying that. I think he wants that plausible deniability because he sounds that bad. You're right. I think I remember seeing him a couple times be like, "What? I said that? No!" Like, and just kind of, you know, they played it pretty well. They laughed it off. They tried to keep the focus on like the donuts and not the like the manipulation, the calling you retard over. Like, after you asked him like politely, like,
Stop calling me retard. And he, show me your tits, retard. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm laughing the whole time because like I'm drunk for the first time and I'm like, oh, ha, ha, what the fuck is happening? And in my head, I'm like, bro, if Ruby knew what was happening right now, she would not believe me. No one would believe this coming out of my fucking mouth. I was like,
dude, I was shocked too. But like, I also get it. I get having mixed feelings. I know what that's like. And also, it's like entrained in women. Thousands of years of like evolutionary biology where we have learned to like do like navigate sexual situations in like such a way to not make the male feel outright rejected. So sometimes we'll laugh when we're uncomfortable, and it does send mixed signals, and men can be confused by it and think, you know, it's a mess. But like, I think that is like it's a more common response that people think.
did you have you gone through this morning put out the entire Discord messages from start to finish? Have you gone through that this morning? It's on Twitter.
No, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Not if it was just from this morning. No, I've been a little tapped out.
Triggerman, Linx, people want to know why you recorded the call. Is this the first time he's done this to you? To this extent, yes. He's made like slight passes in the past, but nothing to this extent. But I always recorded calls with Keem because he is a very powerful man who always tried to manipulate me. And if I dropped every call, if I still had every call, I deleted it all when I left locale because I was so done with it and so like over it and hurt. I deleted like 90% of it. But he knew I recorded every call because as his personal assistant, and even asked Ruby, anytime Ruby and I called, I recorded it so I could take notes and help the universe and stuff.
Yeah, that's not that crazy, and especially with like you were saying with Keem, who's a manipulator and does like all kinds of sketchy stuff. And it's like when there's that imbalance, who'd believe you if something like it doesn't seem that crazy to me to document. All right. Let me find, you said this is on your channel from this morning?
It would be on Twitter.
Oh, on Twitter. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I was getting, my phone was like blowing up with shit. Okay.
I didn't give anyone the recording. What I did was I played a bit of the recording for him and I was talking about what happened.
All right.
You scroll down.
Oh, is this it? The whole Twitter combo?
That's the Twitter, so below that.
This one?
Right there.
The whole combo. Oh, lordy. Let me open this. Is there any audio or should I leave it on mute?
Audio doesn't matter. There's no audio. At least I don't think there is.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Discord down. Oh, also, like, he was like, you're gonna like break Discord. You're gonna be so wet. It's gonna break Discord. Like, what
yeah.
Such a. This man is like I'm very online. He's hyper online. Like, dude needs to.
Pavilion and Linx could have sued, but she went down the prostitution route. instead. What happened on Patreon has nothing to do with this situation. The news were already out there. I just monetized them behind a paywall.
And because of what happened there, Lynx was in a vulnerable moment drinking, and Keem wanted to clear the name of one of his mods. So he reached out to her and turned it into a sexually degrading situation, in my opinion. And he knows the influence he has and power in certain situations, and he will use it. And yeah, it's very yucky. But then there's no prostitution. Pavilion is just trying to be like dramatic or something. Okay.
Morningstar surprised me with this behavior as well, Mandalorian.
Yeah, what the so is he is he out of the picture or what's
Oh yeah, he's done.
Okay.
I'm not
Wow.
interested in anything having to do with him anymore.
Good. He that's shocking that his behavior is so gross. And also he was kind of being aggro with Ethan Ralph too. And it's like, I get it, sparring, whatever, but like
He started it.
Morningstar came off way cringier and just kind of like, okay, you are trying to get clout by like getting in a fight or something, or like and then to do that, like with, what happened to you when, yeah,
He said that he was going to leak this call because he wanted me to be famous and get clout.
That's not fucking his call to make, especially during this whole timing. Like it blows up a lot of different universe. Like that was super fucked up. It was super fucked up. So Keemstar, the timing, bah ha 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 ha. That's actually fucking hilarious. Wait, what was the timing in reference to?
Discord completely went down. That's why we were trying to call, and it was only a minute a few times because Discord was not working.
We're breaking the internet. So spicy. Okay, here we are. Talk about edging. Yeah, he's been saying a lot that he absolutely was not touching his dick during this time, nor did he after. I find that to be
He had his
improbable.
camera off the entire time until the second call when he was in his studio. So for the first 3 hours, his camera was off.
Dude, you definitely touched his pee-pee, which he referred to it as. He's such a child. He is, I'm childlike, but he's next level. What? I was trying to see the slut get railed?
Yeah, that was in reference to him wanting to see the videos I had recorded with these other guys, or my boyfriend's request at the time.
Dude, he's such a fucking jackass. Also, just the timing of this, the language he uses is all so fucking insensitive to you. And especially if you don't have this kind of like sexual relationship. It's like a new thing. And he's just like already going straight to like kind of, degrading language repeatedly. And like, I don't know, it just seems strange.
So invested in the storyline, I'm asking for a refund. And then here he says, send more pics till this passes. I say, it's 6:30 in the morning. How are you still alive? Do you ever sleep?
Dude. He says, fire, more pic, but my next rest might be with you. Bro, wait. Who the fuck were these even for? Do not lie. And then you said they were for the men he wanted me to sleep with. Keemstar says, why did I ask? Ew. I never sent them other than the ones I got leaked today. That and the loot I leaked to Becky. Keem says, haha, bitch, you lying. He said, monkey face, if more get leaked. Keemstar says, bro, I would never, ever. I don't like any DMs leaked, no matter what context, let alone nudes. You haven't even confessed your love for me? Ew. Oh my god.
Even if I wanted to leak this is insane. No one would believe me at all. Everyone would believe us. They know us. And I literally call him delusional.
He says, pause. You're telling me the ex-cuck. Speaking of cuck, he's the one who's,
Asking to see the, yep.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of into that, looks like, but okay. So you like me controlling you? Ew. What? And you're like, no, actually, I hate it. Not gonna lie. He says, bet. Now more pics. Bah ha 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 ha.
And I literally just ignore it.
Yeah. Look, bitch. What is FML typing is gay. Bro. Yes, because we're the people that give up. No, follow me on Twitter. I'll call you there. What the dude, he's so thirsty for you.
And then 8 a.m. What's your move? And I was sleeping at 8 a.m. I woke up at 12. My move is to do things as positive for LCU, steer clear, and new news. Laugh my fucking ass off. I said my head hurts. He said me too movement. I said pics coming soon. Just finished streaming. He said, what did you do today for LCU? Also, I never ended up sending him pics because I ended up doing that half 24-hour stream with Ethan Ralph being involved and that blowing up. So I never ended up sending him pictures.
Oh, okay. What does he mean? What do you do today for LCU bridge fixing? Like, what is this? Oh
So
my god, the fact
here's
that he
my
thinks
question.
you
If he-
owe him and like all
If
of this.
he was just flirting, why did this continue the next day?
Yeah, and he definitely wants control on you, and he wants you to stop speaking honestly about how things function in that universe because it obviously reflects poorly on him. And he thinks he's just gonna manipulate you into being his mouthpiece without having still having no loyalty to you or anyone or offering you a job officially. Not that you'd want one, but fuck's sake.
But yeah, that it's just refreshing now, so it's all done.
Wow. Oh my god, dude. Keem is strange. Do you think he's mentally ill?
Yes.
Like, which mental illness do you think he is?
Definitely bipolar. No doubt about it.
I could see that. Oh, and also he's diagnosed. He does have ADHD. And he takes the Adderall for that. But it looks like he was.
Him admitting that he was abusing Adderall was fucking.
Yeah, I can't sleep because the Addy. That's what you say when you're on a binge, not because you're taking it as prescribed. Like, if you're someone who takes it for a while as prescribed, you don't get this buzz off of it, where you're up all night. Yeah, that was not a good look for him either. And he's probably just super horny from it and just acting like an idiot, getting off to fucking with you in your world.
And isn't it insane that he admitted he himself doesn't even believe Becky?
Dude, I was watching a video about that earlier that Rich made, I guess her ex,
Yeah.
who I confused. That's not RTU. There's two Riches.
No, there's two. That's Richard from the actual Discord server, not Review Tech USA.
Okay, yes, I remember Rich from the Discord server, and he was also Becky's ex.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I did not want to believe that she would make something like that up. That was really hard. But as the months have gone on, the more information I've seen, I can totally see that perspective now. And also just learning what she did to you behind the scenes. And she says herself that she is a sociopath. I don't know. It's so hard to know how to, I don't know. I just don't know what to think of these people because I don't even know what's real in that. But I know that they really
always
fucked with
said
you
it was
and it's
fake.
unacceptable.
And the fact that shaving her head was scripted. Remember how fucking terrible we felt for her? And we fell for that too.
Well, but the thing is, it's it can't be I still think that she was desperate and shaved her head out
Yeah.
of desperation to get her job back. That's that. I don't think whether or not like her showing up, I was under the impression that she did a stream. It wasn't like amazingly lucrative. So she called Keem to go to Fat Camp and they scripted it in and acted like surprised that she was there. But she had already brought wigs too, I think was something people noticed. So they probably, what I imagine is during that phone call, Keem was like, you're gonna have to do something huge. And it's like, what's a huge thing? It was probably, so I still view it as like damning, but yeah, it's not like Becky really fucked over anyone who criticized this universe seriously, because she just goes back on everything, and then is like, to make up the SA shit was like, I don't know, that's next level, but
It's disgusting. And now finally people are starting to see that, like, do you remember when I told you how in the Discord, and I showed you the proof, but Keem would never show the proof. He would never let me bring it up on stream, where someone said like, I'm going to call her disability worker. And then they sent a screenshot and she was like, ha ha ha, that would be a real shame, ... Do you remember when I sent you that screenshot? And then he would not post it to like save my ass during Queens. And like we weren't on good terms completely, but like we were just starting to fight. And I had sent you the screenshot and I was like, can you believe this shit? And you said something along the lines of, there's no fucking way she's getting away with that. And I was like, she is. They've nuked the channel. So I couldn't go back and I couldn't get anyone involved.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, I forgot about
Like, she's
all that.
insane.
Yeah, that's not okay. But I'm glad at least like people are. Well, I don't know. I haven't even been keeping up with Lockout Queens. Like, I'm getting like so burnt out on it. And it's just like, it's annoying too, because I can tell like some people are taking it seriously. Some people are. They're like interviewing you and like asking questions, like getting to it. But I don't know. I feel like other people are so just assume that everything's scripted, like in a way that drives me crazy, because it's like, nothing about my channel's scripted, we're like, like when we were talking to Jestulk, and it's like we're not scripted. I don't know, that's an annoying thing,
and that's what's hard, like with going on these places, because that at first they were attacking me, they were not giving me the time of day, they were not listening. And then once that guy made that like disgusting comment about like, oh, you wanted it, like you
that's so fucked. Like,
and it's like, oh yeah, that I wanted it. It's like, no, like I had been through something, and sometimes you cling on to that. And I mean, it doesn't excuse what I did. What happened. I mean, now that I'm out of it, like I'm really thinking clearly now. I'm never gonna fucking touch alcohol again after that one. But I learned, and I paid attention, and now I know moving forward the signs to look out for, and that Keem's a fucking manipulator, and there's no way
100%.
in the world he was ever genuine with me. Ever. You know how
do you
it
think he was
feels
being
to like
cold-blooded just to like get your nudes, or
I genuinely thought he cared, and then I listened back to the audio, and it makes me sick to my stomach to listen to it. But I listened to the beginning, and here I am trauma dumping, and then after trauma dumping, his question is, "So have you masturbated since?" Like,
dude,
and then to hear that, I'm
he's,
like,
referencing this horrible, like that just adds a whole other layer of just like disgustingness to it. And other people like mentioning that too. There's just so much. I think you've been handling and like that, that crazy shit actually fairly well, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off. That people are just super ignorant and just like extremely hurtful and rude for like no reason. It's just.
It makes my stomach turn. Like, it just makes me feel so disgusting to think like I did so much. I did so much for him, and I did so much for the universe, and I got it up on its feet, and I got it moving, and then it's just like all for nothing. And I've said in the video multiple times, and I've said it multiple times sober, I don't want to come back. I just wanted the bridge to be mended. I've said that multiple times in that call. How many times did I say? At least 3.
Yeah, and that makes sense. You just don't want to be, and I've tried, like, especially like early on, like, you know, when I had the falling out with like Grace and Ben, there were at points where I didn't want to like collaborate, be friends with them, but I just wanted the hostility to stop. I wanted the fighting to stop. I didn't want to be public enemy number one. So I'd like try to like diffuse things, you know, and be like, I just want the fighting to end. Like, you know, so I think that's reasonable without saying that you necessarily want to be in that position again. And why would you? It's like, especially now as like you get more success and more money, it's like, what are they offer? What would they be offering you, except that it is that community, it is large, but it's so strange and toxic, and there's nothing worth
There's
compromising
nothing
who
worth
you
it.
are. Yeah.
0 point of that universe makes it worth being in it. Like, it really doesn't. And that's why, like, I just wanted to mend the bridge. But since I asked him after the fact, can you please remove the ban? He said no. I said, seriously? And he blocked me on everything. Yeah. So that was the last conversation I had, asking him if he would please remove the ban. And he said no. So I don't know how he can go from wanting to turn my face into a glazed donut to not taking away that rule.
Dude, it's such an insane rule too. But I think, like, you know, you're just gonna keep expanding into your own universe, doing your own thing, meeting other people. There's a lot of awesome communities and content creators out there. It's just a matter of connecting with them. And you've been putting yourself out there a fuck ton, talking like to anyone, all different channels and people, and you're really good at networking. And I feel like you learned, yeah, we've talked about this before, but like what not to do, what you don't want. Like, even though it's like extreme and terrible, it's like definitely there's lessons to be learned. I learned also from that community that like you could just make up shows and like just, you know, it's not that much to like put on a good show. And it made me feel like I want to
Shoot the
try
shit
it
and see what
myself. Like,
happens.
yeah, just like put a bunch of, you know, so
Yeah.
you know.
That's why,
it's-
like, I think when we go to the falls in June, it's going to be really fun. And like, no matter what we do, it's going to be good content. People are going to tune in. So
Yep. Exactly. We're going to have a blast no matter what. The only thing, I have to get a freaking passport. I have to get a passport. I don't think that.
And the three of us need to talk about what tattoos.
Yes.
Because that's
Chat,
the
if you have
main
any
thing, so I can book
ideas.
it. So I can book
I'm
it.
really, really, really excited to get more tattoos. I have like some tattoos on my legs that I'd like want to get more of, like just like random little that and little.
Oh, that's cute. That's a little angel teddy bear.
Yeah, it's just like a little angel pair. And it was pre-lol angels, so I didn't even put that together until recently. And Kitchen Man Dan says, these two women have avoided every actual question and are just supporting each other doing sex work. The fuck are you talking about? First off, I'm retired from that industry. Second off, that was something that was put out there against her will. She didn't get to make that choice. In both of these situations, that's invalid. But anyway, moving on. Get Crack. 20 fucking memberships. Boom, baby. Oh, dude, I need to get a soundboard. I do not have that. Thank you so much, Get Crack. That is fucking awesome.
You know what? I understand why Dan's shitting on us. It's because it's the only time that he gets any female attention.
Fatality.
I mean, it is a technique. I've noticed that, and I'm always like an easy target because I kind of like popping off too. So I'll pop off like fairly easily, but for them, it's probably just like a button they push, like annoy Ruby, react, annoy Ruby, react.
React, X to react.
So what are do you have any plans for Easter today? Do anything with Grandpa?
I don't have anything planned. I asked what Pops wanted, and he wants just some corn, sweet potato, fries, and liver and onions.
Ooh,
So,
that actually sounds
cooking
really
some of that for dinner, but other than that, we don't have any plans.
nice. I was thinking of dropping the link. I don't know if you want to stay for calls. It's totally up to you.
Yeah, sure.
That would be awesome. Yeah, and if people have questions, like, I don't think that Lynx has like dodged any hard questions. It's just you're not going to get these like black and white answers that are going to make sense to your like 30 IQ. Like it's
And listen, you might not agree with it, but that doesn't mean you have to be a fucking asshole about it. You don't have to agree or accept it. That's fine. But you don't have to be an asshole about it and like just push the buttons just because you think it's funny.
Exactly. But thank you so much, Pon Pod. We just got another 10 gifted memberships.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Dude, I fucking love being monetized. It is a beautiful
It
thing.
must feel amazing because one of the first times that you were monetized, like you were getting hella shit.
Yeah,
It
no,
feels
it's
so
been
good.
awesome. Like, it's been awesome to like, you know, because I've been putting a lot of time and attention into YouTube, and I'm lucky to have donors who are supporting me on Cash App and Venmo. But obviously, not everyone wants to use Cash.
She's dead again. I
Oops,
killed
sorry,
her.
my internet sucks.
Ray R says,
Going to
Linx, do you think Keem
be
and Billy were lying when they said Brantley is okay with everything that happened? Do you think she was okay with it at first? Absolutely not, because if they think that I doxed Brantley's family, it's kind of funny that he'd be essentially trying to get in bed with someone who apparently doxed his family.
right. That would be grimy. Like, what's up, Huggy Bear? Welcome to the stage.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello. Good. I forgot to show I have my little bunnies. I used to make these like needle felted bunnies. I haven't made them in forever, but it's a little Easter.
Oh, that's really cute, but also kind of creepy.
I know. I can't help but make them look like psychotic too, like little like murder dolls or something.
So
Anyway.
I was doing my best I could to go over the stuff, and I went over I went over it, and then I went and I heard a little bit of the Keemstar stuff. Now, initially, I felt bad for Keem a little bit. So I was like, oh, Keem got exposed for being a gooner. That sucks. Or whatever the case is. But then, but the thing is that he should know better to say these types of things. At the end, you are, as you said, Lynx, you're a former employee. You are, you are not part of his ecosystem. So for the fact that he, under the influence, felt the way he felt about you and said the things he said about you, it's like he might have a thing for you. And it's like he
I
did this in
always
front
thought
of
he
his
did
girl.
to some degree.
He did in front of his girl. I don't know if they're married or about to get married or whatnot, but like, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
he doesn't want to
strange.
merge finances with her. And he's literally said to her face in front of 5,000 people, because she's Brantley, she's not worth nothing. And he's Keemstar, and he's worth like millions and millions. He's such an asshole.
That
Anyway,
comment had to have done something to her.
That what?
That comment had to have done something to her. The fact that he said she was nothing before him, before he gave her money, like.
Absolutely. I know it's sick, and it just shows the mindset in his, the way he perceives it, him having all the power, over Brantley, who has nothing. And it's like, she's not, well, I don't know her that well, but it's like, I think he's done pretty well for himself, all things considered. He's like kind of gross, but what is up, Stevie?
Oh, not much. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
Chilling, trying to process the week of chaos and insanity.
I caught some of that. So Jimmy, I'm confused. I mean, I saw it, but
yeah, he ended up, it turned out he was lying about dying of a brain tumor. Like, and I don't know if you saw the LOL Angels, but we watched back like some of the first videos of him coming on, and he had us all like crying.
yeah,
Everyone
was I
loved
on that
him,
one
like-
when he was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, duh. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. You were on. Yep.
And I was there when he said he was like had 2 weeks to live or something.
He
And
said he
even-
had like months to live or something.
Or
He's less
something
than
like
a year.
that. But
for
he was
sure. It
thinking
less
about
than a year.
having like a, what do you call it, voluntary
Assisted
unaliving or something.
suicide.
And he wanted you to go with him.
Yep.
And that whole time I'm thinking like, man, somebody I interact with is like dying. This is really dark. And then, so basically, okay, I've been on the internet for almost 30 years now, so I'm not like super surprised at anything anymore, but still, like, why?
It just went on for a while, and like, yeah, it makes sense now because he at points mentioned that there was a surgery that could save him if he could get the money. And I was like, oh, we'll do like a GoFundMe or something. And he was
And
like,
he said
no, I
no.
don't want
Yeah, he even
anyone
turned it
looking
down.
around in my
So
documents. Like, I'm a private person. It's like, first off, you're not a private person. You just jumped on the panel and told everything about your fucking life, within 2 seconds. You're not private, and you used your full legal name, my brother. Like,
yeah, so like, it's not the worst thing someone's done, but still, like,
totally bizarre.
yeah, you really like that. You're kind of messing with people's emotions by saying you're dying. That's
And he like had asked me, he's like, hey, I don't know if you know my situation, but I won't be around for much longer. Can we please do a stream together? Like, it would mean a lot to me. He texted me something like that.
Bro. Dude, yeah, he was like always using pity to like, or like, yeah, he was always like manipulating to get like sympathy and pity and attention, specifically like from women, it seems like. You go from panel to panel, like, and he started like over in Grace's area, and then he like got pissed off at her and came to me. Even though initially he had apparently said like a bunch of terrible things about me, which is red flag.
Oh, yeah.
And to act like in that interview when I was there with him, like to act all high and mighty and to have the attitude that he does, I was like, there's no way he's telling the truth about this. Because he was like, believe what you want. Believe what you want. Well, what do I do when people are like, you're faking disability, you're faking your hearing aids? I get offended and I'm like, I'm fucking not. So I show proof. Because I'm offended. And he's just sitting there like, it's called I can't say what it's called. Can't say what it's called. It's like,
But I'm sorry to interrupt, Linx. My apologies. But for someone that has a disability, you are far more intelligent than most people.
I'm
in this
intelligent in
community.
different ways, and that's the thing that people don't understand. Is yes, I can think for myself. Yes, I'm like I have a disability, but it's different and it doesn't affect everyone the same.
No, and I respect that. The interesting part, and the other part I loved, not love, but found it funny, was like he was like calling you the R word as a way
Well,
to
I
get
call
you to
myself a
do
retard all the time, but
weird stuff.
it's different
No,
from what she was saying. She was saying I'm
Gotcha.
like a mental reject to the point where I cannot think for myself, and that's not true. I can think for myself. I just have trouble thinking sometimes.
That was funny. That was funny though. I don't know. I still think that people underestimate you in some respects. So yeah.
But that's actually to your benefit in a lot of situations, for people, you pleasantly surprise them instead of disappoint, I feel like I came on the internet and made a horrible impression, and then I got to pleasantly surprise people over time. But it sucks when it's the opposite. And no, I'm not going to ban Mr. Stinky Brew, even though Mr. Stinky Brew is someone who I had drama with at first too, because he printed out a picture of my longtime stalker's face and wore it onto Grace's show and role played as my stalker. And it was bizarre. It was bizarre, but we're past that because I don't know. I'm totally desensitized to all this at this point,
Is malignant narcissism a disability? Asking for
they cannot seem to function in reality or life at all. And he's tanking Grace's life. He's tanking, he's just encouraging her to make horrible choices.
They will be an hour away from me in 1 week.
Wait, really? Where are they going? I didn't hear about
To
that.
Keem.
To where?
To where?
To Keem.
What?
Which is an hour away from me.
Wait, why? They're driving to just
Well,
to
they
fuck with
have
him
to
again?
for a lawsuit. They have to go to his.
Oh, to file it?
They have to go to his jurisdiction.
Oh.
Oh, he's from Buffalo, isn't he?
Yeah, which is an hour away.
Yeah,
From
that's
me.
like right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in New York, sorry. I'm in Niagara Falls, Ontario, which is right there.
Right, yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I it looks like, at least with like, they were going to go do the stalking thing to Darius, and it looks like they are getting freaked out by all the cop calls, but I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past them. They are desperate, you know?
Just
And
get like a super soaker or something. Just spray them. They come near you because they're gonna live stream it.
that's
Well,
the one
they
benefit.
can't
is
come
they're
near
easy to
me
find.
because apparently they don't have a passport. So,
That makes sense. Yeah.
and there's
So
no
like
way
when
they're
they,
getting one in a
so
week.
they're gonna try to get a passport, and they're gonna ask like their relationship, and Ben's gonna be like, yes, please.
There's no way they'd be able to in a week.
Yeah, that takes a while. I think it takes like, I forget. I looked it up one time because I've been meaning to get
It
one.
takes about a month, which is why
Yeah.
the movie needs to get
Um,
on it.
A month to about 6 weeks or something.
Yeah,
Shit. Okay. Well, tomorrow is Monday, and
Easter
think-
Monday though. You got to do it. Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Well, this week I will definitely get on that because I need to get that anyway.
God, man, before 9/11, you could just drive to Canada. No
I
problem.
know when I was little, we actually tried to move to Canada. They rejected our citizenship for like something that we fucked up, but yeah, we didn't need passports then, but then it was like right after that. I went there in like 2002, so it was a long time. I was like 12. But I really liked it. They had the milk in the bag. I was like, holy shit. But if you guys want, we actually have the rest. I still have like another 10 minutes of the supercut if you guys want to watch the rest of it. It's mostly just the Ethan Ralph interview, which was kind of funny and ridiculous too. Ethan Ralph and Grace. Or we could watch Puppies. Start writing it down. I may or may not go to my mom's house. I'm kind of like deciding.
I saw this weird video. There's like these AI videos of like an old lady named Grace selling like fake hand baskets on like Facebook or something. But what I learned from this video is that there's websites that can actually like, you can tell what like an AI photo or video is. And it was telling how they took people's faces from other videos to sell these fake like handbags from the supposed old lady. I don't know. It was really bizarre, but it's just
freaky shit. Oh yeah, because this has a segment of Tommy C that I wanted to show, and he's talking about Keem's other lawsuit.
Tommy
'Cause
C, was
I don't think they're.
he on the
was in
panel?
post that was
Okay.
fired, but
Was
I
he?
don't think they're thinking about the countersuit possibilities and how expensive Keem's lawyers would probably be.
No, he was on the panel where we're watching horror movies, right? Was he on the show?
Oh
Or am I
yeah,
getting that
Mr.
mixed-
Deadman. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was
Right,
using a
right.
clip here of him going through some of this. This is her writing down to Grock.
Hey, that was a weird slip right there, but yeah. Yeah, so you're not entitled to be there. There's no
To file a false.
I
What's
gotta
up?
head out.
All right, well, thank you, Drama Queen Links, everyone. Make sure you're subscribed. We are gonna do IRL in June. Gonna get my passport. Gonna get on that shit this week. Start
Yeah,
doing fundraising streams.
Sometime this week, we'll be announcing the tattoos. Probably on when we do the stream with Ava this week. We'll probably have it ready by then, and then we'll start donation goals, and we'll probably do direct. We'll probably each set our own donation goals for our own tattoo, but it's going to be a group tattoo.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. So yeah.
All
chat.
right, thank you for having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
All right. See you later.
All right.
So wait, when she logs off, like the other guy logs off with her, or
I know, Huggy Bear. Wow. Let us know that we're not good enough for you, Huggy Bear. He just
This
went
is like-
boom.
this
He
is
thought
like
we wouldn't notice.
It's like Mega Man when he has that dog with him. When he's done using it, it just goes in the pocket. I think that's what happens. I don't remember.
I don't know. You know, I always do this thing sometimes where I'm like, it'll be like 2 hours into a stream, and I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna end it. And then next thing you know, I end up going for another 2 hours. But let me see. It depends on if I'm doing like a family thing. I'm not even sure yet. Dude, my internet was so whacked today. It cut out like 8 times. Like,
Yeah,
and
I
I had
noticed
tech
that.
issues in my intro. It was like, holy shit, man. Oh, that's
Also, police report. Number 2,
Well, he didn't file a false police report, but he might say like put false information in the report. But then all he could say is that he's heard what sounded like a horn. You know, that's what he's gonna say.
Romeo, which the court my attorney fees. There's a possibility
report, but he might say like put false information in the report. But then all he could say is that he's heard what sounded like a horn. You know, that's what he's gonna say.
Romeo Lacoste sued me for $3.5 million. He lost the lawsuit. The judge ordered
I
to
don't
pay me
see,
my attorney
Mike
fees. There's
or
a possibility that I will
camera
own his tattoo shop. If you like a free tattoo in the future, please RT shows
The
the
whole
section
trio.
of the actual lawsuit on
Oh,
September
here's an
1st,
idea for a show.
2020.
Okay, get this before I forget. Let me announce it and document it. It's gonna be called Rodeo Clowns. Okay, so it's like rodeo clowns, but like rodeo drive or rodeo whatever. So it has like that fancy connotation. Hey.
Oh, hey, yeah, I accidentally.
Oh, that's okay. All right. Oh yes, this is Tommy C just explaining kind of what happened with someone else who tried to sue Keem, but it was like a different kind of case, but there was some similarities. And there was this thing called anti-slap statute that he was able to use in California, and I didn't see that they had that in New York, but they have similar like protections against frivolous lawsuits. And considering how much they did like towards Keem that was hostile, that's documented, you know. I don't know. But yeah, for rodeo clowns, it'll be clowns with a K and a Z probably.
Mm,
What do you think?
rodeo.
Mm-hmm. Like Rodeo Drive? Or
That's what I was thinking.
So it has like the kind of like double meaning, like
Double
rodeo clown.
entendre.
It's like highbrow, lowbrow, yeah. And then we
Yeah,
get the fun spelling, which is very, you know, on brand. Here, I'll type it how it'll look. Rodeo.
What's that Rage Against the Machine song, Down Rodeo?
I don't know if I know that one. Oops, I spelled
I
it wrong.
fucking loved Rage growing up.
I mean, I'm familiar with some of the hits, but I actually never. There's a group I never owned any of their discography.
Me and my best friend, like, we had two older brothers that like had all their stuff and shit. And, oh god, I just remember the first time me and my friend ever jammed out when we were kids. We hooked up his Casio keyboard to like a distortion pedal on a guitar, so it was making like weird like distortion noises on there, and we were playing like Bulls on Parade and stuff.
Unstaus says, when was the last time you drained balls? I mean, is this a Maxer alt? And is what a Rhode Island reference? I don't know. Triggered 5 minutes. What does that mean? Anyway, Rodeo Clowns, stay tuned, okay? If I do another show, I don't know. I don't know. I like the ideas. I was inspired by Keem in that way of how it's just like, oh, you can just literally download like a background and just say this is your show, and they put out such low quality content. I was like, okay, I feel like I can. It's doable.
Oh my god, I had like a whole like profile pic, everything ready to like. It was a drawing of Spicoli, like how Hurricane Pharaoh has his.
Oh, really?
It's gonna be like, yeah.
Oh,
because I was hoping Spicoli was on here just to like make up a fake army of hurricanes.
I wish Hurricane Pearl would like come back. He's been so adamant about like this not talking to me till like October thing. It's been like 7 months. Hurricane Spicoli.
Request in part ordered by plaintiff Nico Lacoste, or Lacoste, as some of you guys are trying to tell me, to pay Daniel Keem $142,000. $142,000. Previously, Keem moved to strike Lacoste's lawsuit against Keem under California's anti-slap statute, which the court guaranteed Keem's motion in full and entered judgment against Lacoste. Now,
So shout out Polly for the $10. I totally missed this earlier. So I have to add it to the board of love.
we have one of the few news sites that have actually been covering this. Of course, Romeo Lacoste did sue Keem back in the month of May, and he claimed, or rather alleged, interference with prospective economic advantage and interference with contractual relations. Now, Keem used something called an anti-slap, which is available to folks out in California. What anti-slap does, in sort of layman's terms, if you are sued for something ridiculous, you can claim the anti-slap statute, and another judge looks at it and decides whether the lawsuit is frivolous. And if the lawsuit is ruled frivolous,
when was the last time
person suing you has to pay out
It's been
your
since
attorney's fees.
that infamous hookup with the younger man in like
Thank you to
last
everybody
September.
who has been helping me with my legal case against Keemstar. I have
48
had
viewers
a
on
lot of support, particularly from special people, and they know who they are, but in a larger sense, a lot of haters too.
Imagine if Grace tried to start like a makeup channel or a, you know what I mean? And like Ben's just in the background in his underwear the whole time.
I know I'm gonna do it, so that doesn't really get to me. Like, okay, yeah, you can doubt that I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna actually go to court, etc., etc. That's fine. But the people who say I don't have a case,
You should ask
it does
Nick
kinda
Ricada.
interest me,
He's
like,
back.
what do you like? How do you get to that conclusion? I want to understand. Do you have an actual critique of my legal strategy, or are you just hating? And so far, it's been a lot of hating.
It's not just hating about, if anything, it's trying to help you by letting you know that this is gonna blow up in your face. Most likely, there's just no way. Like, and they did so much more to harass him than, like, and also it's like up to the discretion of like TOS on Kick if she violated it. But she did get the cops called on her, like from like 3 different people in 1 week. So I just don't like if it even did go to court, like. I just think it would end up with them getting in a lot more trouble, like, and getting more, like, more.
Are they
shit.
really this delusional, or do they just know it's not going to lose and they're just trying to like kind of just embrace the cringe
I
to
don't
get
know.
exposure?
I genuinely can't tell. Sometimes I think it changes. Like
King of Hate, the Rage Pig, Ethan Ralph, who I called. And who said,
"Hey, Spud."
I called and I said,
Hey,
"So
how
what do
you
you
guys
think
doing?
about my case?"
Good.
And he goes, "I don't think you have
So-
a case." And I was like, "Okay, do you know what I'm suing for?" And he said, "No." So that's the level we're dealing with most of the people.
Well, they don't need. Well, I guess I don't know. What do you think, Spud? Do you think they have a good case?
No, because the reason I'm saying that is because the court is going to have to look at both sides of the argument. They're going to look at Keem, they're going to look at Grace. And Grace has a track record. Grace has a lot of detractors and a lot of evidence against her. It's sort of similar to the whole Crit Chan thing, where he, you know, how like all that trial and everything happened, and he got away with it because there was so much information about it. A good enough lawyer was just like, hey, this guy is mentally not well. He's been trolled out of his mind. Give him a break. In this situation, because Grace is very functionable. She's, I would say, just a normal person, just a little crazy. The court is just going to be like, we don't buy what you're saying. And since Keem has more money than her, Keem can just get the best lawyer in New York City, or not New York City, just New York in general. What is she going to do? Just get
Exactly.
So
they've only raised $250 so far, and this is the first 24 hours. They should be getting the most boost out of it. So
So they're raising money and they're not going to go through with it, and they're just going to keep the money.
I don't know if I don't know what the rules are on GoFundMe. They've done these kinds of scams before, but never through like GoFundMe, and never claiming like for a legal case like this, as far as I know.
They're just hoping to raise money and they're going to keep it.
Guess.
So they don't have to sell any coins.
They were offering to place a bet on using one of the gold coins they still have, apparently.
God.
On Ethan Ralph's kill stream, she randomly offered to bet a gold coin. It's like
it was like an Austrian, it was a World War I era. Like I forget what it was, but it was like a gold coin.
But I
It's worth a lot, yeah.
It's worth several
I'm
thousand
gonna try
dollars,
to
I
get some
think.
publicity
I don't know how
for
much
it.
they made off of it, but
I am gonna go on King's Slides.
depending on what condition it's in.
Mandalorian says they have scammed through GoFunds before.
Yeah, didn't they say they were going on like Fresh and Fit, and didn't they raise money for that and didn't do anything with it?
Yeah, but they like that was just through YouTube and like a goal, which is like
Still.
But GoFundMe and just like I have no
Now,
idea. She
yeah,
said that if he doesn't do it, everyone will get refunded. But they also
They're
said
up
that
in their
about Fresh
scam
and
game.
Fit. Yeah, it seems so self-destructive. Like
channel at some point and talk about the case and about Linx. Linx has been talking more shit about
I wonder
me.
why.
as if like Grace and her dad didn't tear apart every aspect of Lynx's life and like her partner at the time and all kinds of shit. Like, and are the ones who admitted to calling a pizza to her house during our interview.
I didn't actually see it, what she said about me specifically, but I've heard her little story that I told her privately that I only occasionally have sex with my father, which
I think the term was sleep with your father, and it's known that they share a bed every night. And they've admitted to having a physical and romantic relationship. So I'm not really sure why they like care that much about people restating what they have said already publicly.
is funny. I have to give it to her. It is funny.
Can we talk about how she's using her hands as for her makeup? That's just common for women to do.
Actually, I do that too. I think it works better. Everyone like has different preference though. Depends on the makeup though.
Oh, look, there's two.
I've got Hurricane Spagoli and the real Spagoli.
Anyways, that's not important. What's important is today is Easter, and my dad's at the Mohegan Sun bathroom right now. But we are gonna go over.
Well, it doesn't look like it's been very lucrative last I checked.
Service.
But JJ,
Our favorite.
What's up, Spagoli? JJ, happy
Hi,
Easter and
JJ.
happy 420.
Happy Easter, happy 420. I'm going to go to my dispensary soon. They're having a party for 420 and giving away a bunch of free shit.
If you like watching Rudy and Ava, you can go ahead. That's your prerogative. That's fine. I don't find them worthy of watching. I don't think they do anything. They're dysgenic, piss-mop broads. They're skanky. They're not even good whores. Fuck them. Fuck them. Let them die. Fuck them. Rope, Rudy. Rope, Rudy.
Wow.
Fuck you.
He's
Fuck
he's literally just roided out of his mind. And he was in chat. He's like, come meet up with me, the Thorpes. And I'm like, what? On what planet is that appealing to me? And dude, you're the one who just like preemptively rejects everyone because you know that you're gonna get rejected for being a total freak. Total freak.
Well, Ruby, don't feel bad that he's rejecting you because I'm not rejecting you. You can sit on my peanuts anytime.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Fuck
What's
you,
up,
you useless
TK?
cunt bag.
Oh, TK was caught being a traitor recently too. I forget what it was. I uploaded a picture. I was gonna tag them on Discord. They ain't even in my Discord. Motherfucker.
Yep. And now that you're down to 125, you get your vajayjay eaten out by me too. But look at it that way.
That's all you
How
are,
lucky
you
are you,
useless
Ruby?
cunts. Useless
Super lucky.
cunts. Fuck off. I don't want to hear your drama bullshit. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that. Crapola. No way.
Oh shit.
Fucking
My dick
useless
fell
bitch.
off.
Fucking useless piss mop.
Doesn't sound like he's getting Ruby. It doesn't sound like he's getting Ruby. It doesn't sound like he's getting fucky fuck, does it? With that anger.
Yeah, I
dick-
know. It sounds like he's a little wound up.
His dick shrunk.
We don't call this roid rage. We call it incel rage.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, he talks about. I don't think he can afford to see like prostitutes. He's so I don't know.
No, he can't.
Throw my
I can't.
beer can at your head. You
I
useless
think this
piss
dude
rat.
suffered some
Rudy's just a
insecurity
nasty
for not getting
skank
laid when he was younger.
that sat with
He can't even
things
afford.
with her a lot. Now
He
wants to
can't
talk
even
bad
afford a $99 microphone.
about cam girls or OnlyFans women. I mean, you don't have two fucking pennies to rub together, Rudy. Or you're a little low life freakoid, and that's all you are. You're not sexy.
Freakoid.
You have nothing going. Your stream sucks shit, honestly.
I think you're sexy, Ruby.
Thank you. I'm sorry. All right, chat. Who's a better streamer, me or Hormaxer? Type
You.
1 for Hormaxer, 2 for me.
Ruby,
We'll
you're
see what-
sexy enough for me to stick my head between your legs and lick your vajayjay. How about that?
There's no really redeeming quality. And after I saw the sink, that was it for me. That I mean,
I don't care about the
ponytail on
sink,
eyelash is
Ruby.
nothing, Xanthius. Now,
Ruby, I don't
you
care
got
about the sink because I'm not fucking your sink. I'm gonna fuck you.
Well, also, ironic he brings up my sink, which is totally cleaned right now, and there's never been a septic tank issue. It's only
No, and Ruby, I would rather have you have a clean vajayjay in a dirty sink than a dirty vajayjay in a clean sink.
That makes sense.
Piling up. So no, thank you. It is no
Getting
thank you.
content, but at what cost? I mean, they're torching their lives like permanently, but
That's all you are. You
What do I
useless
know?
cunts. Useless cunts. Fuck off. I don't want to hear your drama bullshit. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that.
you are the drama.
No,
You
no.
are the drama.
Fucking useless bitch. Fucking useless.
This
puss
is what?
Hi, Tommy. Ruby, you're thin enough to sit on me reverse cowgirl style and bounce on my penis.
Your penis?
My penis.
What do we think of Kevin? I thought he was pretty chill. He's very
Did
quiet.
They just find this kid? Where did they find this kid?
They found him on Red Eagle's Discord, and they talk about how like me and Ava and Linx are all scraping the barrel by working with each other.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they can only find random Discord people who don't talk that they will collab with. And now
No,
they're
but doesn't this guy look like he looks like an autistic retard, doesn't he?
He looks normal.
I don't. He was.
He's
I
a
thought he was-
virgin. He's a 22-year-old. He's a virgin too. He's never. He's a 23-year-old
Probably
virgin.
really
He said.
smart, honestly. But actually, he does
talked to
believe
him.
he thinks dinosaurs are a conspiracy. But
Whoa! Hold on. I need a mic check real quick. Is the mic keep working?
Wait, Ruby. Fernando gets more pussy than this dude. Here's my man, my main man. See?
wow, all right,
I
great.
can't call Tommy my boy because he's black. Tommy, I can't call you my boy because you're black, but I can call you my main man. Sorry.
Down from the triple, all due to Tommy King and his technical issue obsession.
Well, now it makes it sound like it's working.
Tommy is the
Wow,
Tommy.
that
Is it
sounds
safe?
great.
Tommy, is it safe to say you are the one ball wonder man? Tommy's the one ball wonder man.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Why am I the only one up here? Hey, you know what? Go ahead, Ruby. If you want to talk like that, get your
Wait. Let me say something, Tommy. Wait, hold on, Tommy. You know the advantage of having one ball over two balls? When you got two balls, they clack against each other. When you got one ball, you don't have to worry about it banging against your other ball. You got an advantage.
I don't think that's how balls work. They're not like.
Yeah, they can. Have you ever sat on?
Oh, Ruby, you're gonna find out soon that my balls work. You know what? I was sleeping next to my cat. I took a nap right before I called up about an hour ago. I woke up. I had a super raging hard on. I don't know if it's because of the cat or because I was dreaming about you, Ruby. My boner was so fucking hard. I swear to God, man, it felt like rebar. I felt like an 18-year-old. I was about ready to fuck my cat in the ass.
Wow, it's so weird, and not in a good way. In a good way, though. I just heard about a gentleman that was zoopist or a zoophile that was like fucking their
like,
pet.
yeah, zoophile, yeah.
I don't know what stream it was on, but it was like last night. But it was I've never thought of fucking a dog, and the way that you could fuck a dog though, like the dude was saying, you would never know how it felt. You'd never know if that bark is like the bark, or if it's the.
Ew.
You kind of get what I mean. Well, I know it's crazy.
All right, we can change the topic. Let's talk about this guy.
I love this Kev dog. I love this.
Me too. I thought he was
an
interesting dynamic. I enjoyed the Kev dog
Hold on,
content.
Ruby, when I talk, do you always got to talk?
Yes, it's a power thing.
Wouldn't that be a problem, like, to get them from other continents? Like, how would you get kangaroos?
he still waiting to answer that question?
He just doesn't say anything. It's
Yeah.
Anyway, that's basically it
Ooh,
for the
is that
super.
yours?
Oh, we get like
This
all
is
these
you.
like conspiracy theory like people will drop off like their collections of books. They always have like newspaper clippings.
Oh god.
I gotta pull this up.
I used to check out books like that from the library as a kid.
It's always best we leave them in there. It comes with the book. It's a surprise.
Yes.
Oh, that's real. Totally.
Awesome.
That looks real to me.
Look at that. Looks like my dog. Ooh, I want that in search of book just because of font. I can't tell if
Anyway.
my mic's high or low. You gotta help me with this for a bit. Can you embrace the struggle?
You sound the mic sounds good to me, but just in time because I'm ending. I'm exhausted.
No, we can't do this. The people been clamoring. Look at them. How about you do, Stevie? Is that your beard?
Yeah, I'm about ready to get rid of it when summer
There's no
comes.
fucking way.
Uh-huh. It's real, dude.
Ooh, a Colt Grant. All right, one more video, Dr. Grande.
This is Dr. Grande. Today, I will analyze the case of Bethany Deaton. First, I'll look at the background of this case, move to the timeline of the incident, then offer my analysis. Bethany Ann Deaton was born on October 15,
We're gonna
1985
analyze the
in San
background
Antonio,
of
Texas.
Spicoli.
She was raised in Arlington, Texas, along with 4 siblings. In 2005, after being homeschooled for many years, she attended Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas. During her freshman year, she met a man named Tyler Deaton, and they became friends. Bethany developed a romantic attraction to Tyler, but he was gay and was not interested in her romantically. Tyler appeared to be on a spiritual and magical quest, which was inspired by his love for Harry Potter and the Chronicles of Narnia. He once said that Harry Potter was the greatest story ever written. On a
I
trip to
disagree.
Pakistan, Tyler claimed that he witnessed a
Greatest
boy
story
with one leg.
ever
a
written is kind of insane, but
Were you
shout
doing
out
that on
to
purpose,
Psycho
Ruby?
Man. Doing what?
Whole day we've been talking about Linx and Keem, Coomer Keem.
Mm-hmm.
We had the
Jimmy.
Grace
thing.
exposed the Jimmy thing. Grace was exposed during the Lynx thing. Lynx was on. BB Bean is in chat, going crazy on my dog Dan. Distinct
Oh, well,
is
Dan
going
was.
crazy on TK.
You know, he was being intentionally a little aggro.
And he was. I saw it. And at the same time,
Come on, he's
now
like
we find out he
being like-
got denied.
He likes repeating the little like, "Oh look, we're pimping out the retard girl." Like, come on.
That was well. I would have corrected him.
Anyway, thank
we
you,
could've got
Michael
about-
Menendez, for
Oh,
the $50 Venmo.
That's to
$50
keep it on the
Thank
air.
you very
miss.
much. Happy
Thank you,
Easter.
Miss. He wrote it to me too. I got a secret email. Thanks a lot for that, Trigger Man or H and K, whatever one that was. That was actually to me.
Michael
We're gonna
Menendez,
split
my
donos at the end
number
of the
one
Ruby.
Celebrity of the world.
Split for the and I'll get cracked. Thank you for them 20 subs. I think I saw earlier. Like I said, half them are for me, Ruby. To us, this is the way we do it here. Go ahead and see. Yeah, you got a sketch tonight. You have so many different things to do. So you can go ahead and set the little cam down. I can pop this off for a little bit and keep it going because this Easter night I made a ham. There's a ham gate situation. We got the board of love. I used to be on that. Did I get busted?
You used to once upon a time be on the board of love.
I did. That was you just blew it up.
No, I have all my past boards of love. I'm very sentimental, but I already filled
Thank
up a
you. I
whole
like
book
that.
of boards of love. And look what else I filled this up with. I made a drawing for everyone in chat.
Okay,
to
I
say
could have
Happy
swore we had
Easter.
that going like a month ago. God, your artwork isn't as cuckoo as I say it is.
It's just a cute bunny.
Yeah, I know,
Okay?
but you see your angles are cuckoo. See how kooky that is?
It's just like my fun little style.
I like, yeah, I'm saying it's good. I don't see me on the board. Triggerman's having a tough time. He's channeling Pauly D right now. He doesn't feel appreciated. I love that shit.
Triggerman,
So we're
you're
gonna-
right. I'm getting used to the YouTube chats. Sometimes I forget to put on the board of love because this
But at
was
the same
for
time, yeah,
this was initially for the offline chats, but I do like to put the
offline
YouTube
chat.
ones in it too. So Triggerman.
Hold on. The offline chat?
Oh wait! Wow, you are on it, bitch. You were wow. Looky here. Triggerman. It's just I don't think I put all of it in, but you are there.
Am I on there?
Yes.
Yeah, Stevie, we
Okay.
know that.
Oh, I didn't know.
And I have to update. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.
We have so many things to catch up on, Ruby. We can't. We're just now hitting our stride. It's what 8:30 your time? 8:20.
It's like 7:30.
Only 7:20. So what we're doing is
pretty early. And I don't think I'm gonna go to my mom's. I'm probably not gonna. I don't know. Easter isn't real. Come on. I don't know.
No, you should
We
go.
can get weird. Stevie.
I don't think we're doing. I don't know if it's a thing we might do on a different day because like her boyfriend's family is there and they get like they drink a lot and then there's a multitude of factors. Hammy.
So wait, are you the type of person that does that? Because my family will do that. My sister will be like, Kyle can't come over if everyone's coming over because we know you guys sit on the patio and drink too much. Like that's what I grew up with.
No, it's literally just my mom's. I don't want to spill my family tea, but it's not like that at all. I get along great with them, but it's not. I think she gets embarrassed by it, so I'm kind of like preemptively assuming that, like, because we had a long conversation about it, so I think she would rather do something so she can get more quality time with us, and not like it be a party situation, which is fine if it is. It's just
Like my daughter's family goes to brunch and all that, and then she'll come out to Mapleton, and it's like we're on paper plates. Scooping the fucking ham out of it with a fork. Feed yourself. What are you doing? Get outside, motherfucker. Pick up the dog poop before you play in the yard or whatever. I don't know. You know
I'm vegetarian, so I always just eat the sides. Let's go ham. Hamgate was.
I killed it. I killed it with my sides today. I made these hash. So it's like the hash browns that you can buy they're frozen. Throw them in with like not like a Miracle Whip, but it's like a cream, right? And then right before you throw in the oven, you crush up a bunch of cornflakes, and then I slip butter up and then sprinkle that over the top with the butter, and then it cooks for like an hour. I made that shit so spot on today, but my ham, I put it in too early, and then I blanked it, went back to it, and it was already caramelized on the outside, but the bone, like I could just pull it out, and I pulled it all out, but it's super dark brown ham. What do you mean? You want your ham dark? You want your ham very caramelized.
I'm a vegetarian. It's all gross to me.
You are
I did it the other day, and there was vegans in it.
I just watched you eat at Dunkin'.
Okay, almond milk, my friend. Avocado toast, my friend.
Okay, so do you get so I don't have a Dunkin' in my town, but I see the commercial that brings up the like $6 fucking croissant sandwich, 6 hash browns, and a frozen or a drink. Is that did you do? Because that's a decent price, I thought.
I do that sometimes. Yeah, I like that.
That's a decent price. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the price too.
Yeah.
Well,
I would do egg and cheese sometimes, but I don't even like egg. It's all gross, kind of.
Okay, is it kind of gross, or do you not have a cook in your life?
No, it's kind of gross. And I
Have you
go
had a
through
good
things,
cook in
like
your
I know how to cook. I just have been in my kitchen but we cleaned the sink. Next up is the fridge, and then boom, you're gonna see the green juices are coming back. The smoothies are coming back. The cooking streams, get ready. Okay, it's gonna be a new era.
Lil Grim, Miss, whenever you see my name in chat, you gotta just stop talking. It's almost super chat. We're gonna address Lil Grim. Lil Grim, King gets his taste buds from the white trash. Yes, it's trailer trash, single wide trailer trash. Yes, I drink Coors Light, dude.
Ooh, yeah.
I think Dan has a better fucking palate.
I like light beer.
I
like
love. I know. I like water, dude.
Yeah, it's just that's the way it goes. There's 1,000 of them all.
How
If I
water
tripped and
is
fell, I'd sound like Ethan Ralph right now when he's like falling. It's like.
All right, I'm putting on
What
Dr.
are you doing?
Grande.
What are you doing?
I'm playing a video called Alleged Murder Exposes Bizarre Cult of Grandiosity and Arrogance. That's right up my alley.
Ruby, okay, can I tell you this?
Grandiose?
I gotta
Arrogance?
glaze you for a second. Your streams have been so funny recently. This last week, when you have shit to do, and your edits have been so funny. And that 666 rider with his like fucking spooky edits, dude. I was in chat and we were both cracking up, but I did want to.
Dude, that was funny.
The fucking the ritual one was great, where you're twerking like on the chair, but it's the.
I like it. I subscribed like instantly.
I did too. I did.
Stevie, did you see 666 Writer's YouTube channel? He puts up like little edits.
I do not put mayo on my shit, Lil Grim, and I wasn't trying to. I don't put mayo
See,
on
wow,
shit.
it's almost as if it's a conversation that's fluid and people.
No, I know we are
jump
having
in
a thing there because these are the dogs, dog, and they've been ripping all night. They've been ripping in the chat all night, and then this guy needs to show up right now because Tommy showed up, and so Kevin Kitchen has to talk about his fucking situation today because BB Bean is a girl or a dude too?
I'm pretty sure BB Bean is a dude, but I could be wrong.
I get triggered because of all the B's.
I think BB is a girl. Just
BB's a
B.
girl.
We know that.
BB Phil is a boy.
Okay, BB Phil's okay. Can we say dude?
Kitchenman Dan is a female.
Kitchen, golly, I would know what I would do. I would knock him. You know what he looks like? I had this dream, and he looked like Ashton Kutcher. I didn't have a dream. I meant I was watching TV, and I thought of him in it, and it was fucking. I was like, "This holy fuck, Dan is Ashton Kutcher from 2001." What a fucking round of applause, Dan, dude, and whoever hates on Dan. Do you like to eat?
Is he gonna write a recommendation to get his buddy Danny Masterson out of prison, or what was that?
Oh yeah,
that was a thing. Danny Masterson. Yeah, that whole crew is actually funky, ain't they? That whole 70s
All of
show.
them except Topher Grace. He's the only one.
Yeah, the one.
And everybody used to spread rumors about Topher saying like, "Oh, he's too good to hang out with them after."
Yeah,
like,
and he was the only one that was in Oceans. He was like in Oceans.
maybe he
12.
was literally too good. Like
He was too good. They all
We end up
arrested on some real
with a second leg.
Oh, I'm
He
sorry,
believed
we'll let
this
your
was
video
caused
play.
by a deity. Upon his return to Texas, Tyler wanted access to the world of the supernatural. On July 20, 2007, while Tyler was standing outside of a bookstore
friend that
waiting
looked like that.
for the release of another Harry Potter book, he claimed that God commanded him to form a prayer group. When Tyler started the group, there were only 3 other members.
like
Bethany was
Hello
one of them.
Angels.
These 4 people thought of themselves as the 4 children from the Chronicles of Narnia. They were destined for greatness and would live a life of adventure. The group members convinced themselves they could heal medical conditions and drive away demons. They were very animated in their worship practices, like they would roll around and shake, and they
I thought you were
integrated
gonna say shit.
references to magic and
Roll around
fantasy.
shit.
Roll around and
In
shit.
December 2007, Tyler attended a conference held by a charismatic Christian organization in Kansas City, Missouri, called the International House of Prayer. It was also known as IHOP. as
Oh,
in
really?
International
Wait,
House of
what?
Pancakes.
That's all I
Perhaps
could
somebody
hear.
failed to research the market
Dude,
before
I know, I'm
picking a
hungry now
name.
too.
IHOP had some beliefs that deviated significantly from other Christian movements. For example, they believed the second coming of Jesus Christ was going to occur very soon, as in the church members would still be alive when it happened. There was a problem, however. Demons had taken possession of Christian hearts and infiltrated institutions. The solution to this problem came in the form of the IHOP members. They would play a critical part in paving the way for the return of Jesus Christ. To accomplish this goal, the group would engage in 24-hour prayer, much like IHOP restaurants stay open for
Like
24
LOL
hours,
Angels.
but with fewer hash browns and
this guy?
more spiritual warfare. Succeeding with this demon removal mission would, of course, come with a substantial reward from God. The church members believed they would live like gods on earth. By helping a deity, they would sort of become deities themselves. Excited about this newfound
Sorta?
potential deity status, Tyler returned to Texas. He fired up his small prayer group, dazzling them with the message of IHOP. They found themselves longing for a world where they could ascend to deity status, and maybe a little hungry for pancakes. Tyler aligned the beliefs of the prayer group with IHOP as the members read materials about this belief system. They really looked up to Tyler. He held himself out to be an end times apostle, which everyone found to be exciting. Tyler informed the members that he had been chosen to train God's final army. He had frequent prophecies, which also kept the group members excited. For example, Tyler predicted fire would rain down on the college and expose non-believers. By the spring of 2008,
Hold
Tyler's
on.
group had grown
1
from
second.
4 people
Miss.
to
I do
about 20.
apologize. I do apologize. We let that go on for far too long. Why are we talking about multiple things in chat? Right? Dan does not have a weird clitoris.
We don't
Dan
know.
doesn't.
People are just asking.
I didn't dream of Dan. I saw Ashton Kutcher and then had a daydreamt of Dan being Ashton Kutcher. Okay, it wasn't like I was sleeping and thought, oh, hanging out and we're like, I'm the dude in the punk video and he's behind talking to me in my earpiece and fucking we're about to punk Allen Iverson or something. No, it was that, please convince
Convince Ruby to kick Stinky? What do you mean kick
Yeah, what does
Stinky?
that
I'm not
mean?
kicking nobody.
Yeah, she doesn't kink it. Okay, BBB. Nope, the one right above that, miss.
Oh,
that one right above it. I want to talk this
true.
out. What
You
does
are-
this mean? What does that mean? Let's talk about it right quick. What have I traded? What have I done that I've talked to somebody else that I've talked to that made us get our bond started? And then I had a similar place with these people that was like, oh, these people are people. So these people are people, and I don't sit and go, oh, Ruby is a dumb bitch over there, and then jump over here and go, oh, Grace is a stinky fucking daddy dicker. I don't do none of that. I don't do that.
That's what everyone loves to do. All these little drama stirrers. They just go back and forth and like, oh my God, you'll not believe what Ava said. Oh my God. And they just lie. They lie.
I've been mad. I went over and even brought I was hated when you got kicked out of that one stream. Tommy Masterson? Hold on. What was his crime? I know he's Scientologist. I'm into cults. I like
maybe underage.
I think
underage.
sexual assault at the very least.
Yeah, sexual
Yeah, he
assault's
was like
kinda
just
weird.
kind of like a bad dude all around, it seems like.
Okay, what's being charismatic is a bad dude. Being
His
charismatic's not
brother
a bad
was the older brother from Malcolm in the Middle.
Hold on one second.
I can't find my
That's
proof
his
of
brother.
Trader.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly the face. I can picture the faces, and they do.
I forget
look
the
alike.
first name, but yeah.
Kate, I bet it. Well, it reminds me of a Casey Affleck and a Ben Affleck thing. Daddy Dick.
Ruby, can
I'm
I-
not reading. Can we not read her?
Ruby, I want to tell you something real quickly.
Yeah, yes,
Ben
yes.
Thorpe told me this, and it's true. If you have at least 75 plus viewers or average 75 plus viewers on Kick, they actually pay you $20 an hour, Ben said, and I checked it. It's true. Did you know that, Ruby?
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Oh. I've
So what are we
heard
trying to-
that. Oh.
So what do we want to make it a switch? Spicoli, or what?
No, you could multiple stream on here and stream on Kick, and if you get 75 people on Kick averaging that, literally you could stream. They'll pay you 20 plus hours depending how many viewers you have. They will literally pay you by the hour.
I have heard that as well. It is, isn't it? It is intriguing, but I could have sworn that you can't stream
some
on YouTube at the same
stipulations.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get up in it.
Oh, I got to tell you this real quick. I was on Ben yesterday night. Ben, me, and somebody else was on Hormaxer stream because I made up with him and about a month ago. While we're on the stream, while we're on the stream, some dude comes on and Hormaxer didn't screen him. I don't know what happened. The dude comes on, and the only thing we see when we don't see an avatar, as soon as the dude is brought from the backstage to the front stage, we're seeing a picture of some dude inserting his penis in some chick's vajayjay, and it's like a porno. And then literally within 10 seconds, Hormaxer like just shut the stream off and started it up
that's why
again.
it was
Like
a part
2
two,
minutes.
yeah. So that's why.
Yeah,
it was a
did
part
you guys
two.
know about that? Man,
Wait,
it was.
he ended it to masturbate? What are you saying?
No, what happened was the guy he brought on. Okay, it was Hormaxer, some other dude that he knew named Andrew or something. Ben Thorpe and me, all four of us were on. He brings after about 10 minutes while I was on, he brings a fifth dude on from backstage that he didn't know, and as soon as he brought the guy back on to the fucking the StreamYard show, his chat, from the backstage. We never saw the guy. All we saw was some chick riding up and down like reverse cowgirl style on some guy's penis for literally like about 5 seconds, and then he just goes, "Oh fuck!" and he kicked the dude off, and he stopped the stream because he knew that he was going to get banned or something again, or So he
I love that
uploaded the
story in
stream
a way that
again.
you. And I'm not.
And he
trying to
goes,
overtalk
he goes only Ben and Carrie. That's my real name. Only Ben, Carrie, and Andrew can call up, not that other guy. But I never called back, and I don't think Ben did. Oh, at that point, Jedi Rich came on, and they started talking about Hormax. Just started talking about how he wanted to fuck Joy, Jedi Joy. So he's trying to work out a deal to fuck Jedi Joy. And I'm gonna fly up there and film them fucking. I'm going to film them fucking each other. If you want to see Hormaxer's porno, all you have to do is go to Google and type in Hormaxer space porn or porno, and you'll see him fucking Crystal Sparks. Have you ever seen it, Ruby? Have you ever seen his porno?
No,
It's
I've
called
actually never seen it.
Oh yeah, just type in Google. Wait, do it now. Well, don't do it now. Type.
That was a good story. Thank you.
Ruby. Okay, stop. One. Can we all be gracious enough for this real quick? We know that he knows what P-bombing is. Okay? We all know that. So everyone in chat that got all fucking like, oh, this fucking old scene. That was the funniest way. Him doing that was actually true comedy. And we should all have been laughing.
He sounds like,
yeah.
He sounds like
never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Like,
he sounds like a kid who's about to be busted by his parents with his porn
Did you guys
stash, and
fucking
he's
know?
like, I found a porn.
Yeah. It was fucking
I saw some
classic,
boobies.
hilarious. Yeah, that was.
There's some boobies in this movie, and I paused it.
It's yeah. He said so many words just to say like I was on a stream that got porn bombed. It was like so many words.
Ruby, did you know if you have like an old cable box and you have a Cinemax on, if you like mess with the dial a little bit, you can like see the JJs?
You don't mess with the dial. You let it just like run its course, and you can see the.
My grandma's house, her old cable
You can
box.
mess with the
You mess
dial?
with the dial? Yeah, she had a wooden one.
Okay, so I
Like a
could just
cable
leave it on the
box.
channel. I could leave it on the channel, and it would like unfilter out a half a titty for a half a second. Sometimes you need that half a titty. Now, okay, so with this, we were joking about because we got to end the week with this. Obviously, he has risen with the Easter, and we got to put down the Keem Linx talk. We can't let. Can we let him really keep going? So we got to end it with.
We're ending with Mr. Grande.
No, we're
and
not
it's-
ending the stream, woman. I'm saying we
Whoa,
don't
there's
talk about
still
it. Can
there's
I
still
understand
10 minutes of this video.
Hey, there's not
But
even, you keep swizzling around on that with your fucking new Star Wars top. Where did you get that Star Wars top too?
this isn't a Star Wars. This is like it's a
Have you
beautiful
seen-
like
have you
90s
seen-
dress
have
from
you-
like I got it for the LOL Angels premiere from
I'll just say it like this: have you saw fucking Star Wars Rey when you meet Rey? She's the new or the newer Force Awakens. I can just put it's an. I wasn't being rude, and I'm not being rude.
No,
whenever
I
you
didn't.
fucking anyone looks. Oh, don't. Why do you get high pitched when you start talking like this?
That's just my voice. I'm a woman. Gosh. Why can't I have a
20
voice?
people. Bethany was still in the group. Her presence there was due to the attraction she had to
Look at their
Tyler.
hold on, pause.
The fact that
pause.
Tyler was gay did not discourage Bethany.
I'm never gonna
Under-
this was supposed to be a little outro video.
When
Oh my God.
Stevie does, remember when Stevie used to have all them pictures flipping up, and it was like a puppy playing with a mini tool or a little screwdriver going around a fucking, or when he was like fucking low key Cali fucking swagging on that fucking.
Yeah.
That's what this is fucking reminding me of. That's what this is reminding me of. Like that looks like Stevie too. Stevie seems like he's a handsome man, and look at that woman looking up at him. The height difference is great. Yeah, look at that.
Look, the pictures
Stevie
do look
scares me.
similar.
Yeah.
Looks like a engagement photo.
Kick Tommy. I want
Her
to
belief
see the
system.
Who's quadratic residue?
Wow.
Don't
Kick
listen
Tommy,
to him.
I want to see.
We don't
I
listen.
want to see the video too.
Yeah,
Tommy,
let's go.
if you're not interested in the video,
I love the
I might
video. I
have
love
to-
the video, and I love all the content. My bad. I'll pause.
Okay. All right. I just want to watch the video, and then we're gonna start winding down.
Homosexuality was evil. However, Bethany believed that she could heal Tyler from his
Thank you
sexual
so much for the
orientation.
20 pounds.
She was
Gamer
counting
Fans
on
says
God to
great
assist
stream.
her
Thank
as she
you.
transformed Tyler into the man she
I just
needed.
got that notification.
As this was
I did
going
see
on,
that come
Tyler
through.
was
Thank you.
engaging in various activities which were making some people uncomfortable. For example, he would frequently cuddle with male members of the group and have them participate in massages. This was not something that all the men were interested in, but when they resisted, Tyler told them if they did not like being touched, they were only experiencing part of God's love. In 2009, Bethany Deaton graduated with a bachelor's degree in English. A few years later, she would also earn a nursing degree. Tyler's IHOP-inspired prayer group decided to move to Grandview, Missouri, which is a suburb of
Wait,
Kansas
I
City.
also know.
This put them closer to the IHOP organization. The group lived in 2 rented houses on East 122nd Street, one house for the men and one house for the women. They referred to themselves as the community. In Missouri, Bethany became more forceful in her pursuit of Tyler. Eventually, Tyler had an epiphany and claimed to be overwhelmed by the radiant purity of Bethany's love for him. He believed that homosexuality was a choice. Therefore, he and Bethany could be together romantically and even get married. Bethany was very happy about this decision and looked forward to helping Tyler defeat his sexual orientation. On August 18, 2012, Bethany and Tyler
blowhard. I
married.
think he's very
They went on
fair.
a honeymoon in Costa Rica, but did not have sex.
Not a soul.
Bethany was confused and uneasy upon returning from the honeymoon. She moved into the basement of the men's house to be near Tyler, but spent many nights at the women's house, saying she needed a little space and felt too controlled. Later, 3 men from the prayer group said that Tyler was having sex with them. It's not clear if Bethany knew about this.
Shouldn't laugh.
Tyler would later indicate that he believed Bethany did not know about his extracurricular activity. Now moving to the timeline of the incident.
He's not.
On October 30, 2012, at 9:40 p.m., the police in Kansas City, Missouri responded to a report of a dead body in a tan Ford Windstar minivan. The vehicle was near a picnic shelter at Longview Lake. In the 3rd row seat was the body of 27-year-old Bethany Deaton. She had a white plastic trash bag over her head. Initially, the police did not know what happened to Bethany and wondered if someone had killed her. The scene appeared to be suspicious to them, but after finding a goodbye note with Bethany's handwriting in the vehicle, they were satisfied that no one else was involved in her death. The case was considered closed. On November 9, 2012, 10 days after Bethany's death, a prayer group member named Micah Moore went to the Grandview Police Department and said that he had
actually the
murdered
date.
Bethany Deaton. He confessed to suffocating her with a plastic bag after drugging her with Seroquel. Micah claimed he committed the murder at Tyler's request. The murder was ordered to conceal assaults of a sexual nature which had been committed against Bethany. The police investigated Micah's claim and found out that Tyler had been having sex with multiple men in the prayer group. He told the men that the sex was a religious experience. The men also indicated that Tyler was manipulative and exercised a tremendous level of
Well,
control
no one's better than
over
Zach.
people
I
in the
love
group.
Zach, man.
Even though Bethany's case had been closed, the police now
Grande's
believe
funnier.
that Micah was
Yeah,
her killer.
he's a little funnier.
They didn't know if the part about Tyler was true. Tyler was never charged with any crime.
I think these people
On
are
November
mad that
28,
Todd is
2012,
married,
19
has a
days
family
after
and
Micah's
kids.
confession,
Yes.
Micah's attorney indicated that the confession was fabricated. Micah was a distraught and confused young man who made up the story about killing Bethany. Despite this, Micah Moore was charged with first-degree murder. Almost 2 years later, in October 2014, the state dismissed the murder charge against Micah. The prosecutor said, quote, "My office concluded that we could not ethically continue to pursue the case given the current evidence," unquote. IHOP condemned the Tyler Deaton prayer group as a cult and said the group engaged in disturbing religious practices. They were unaware of his splinter group, and Tyler operated independently and under a veil of secrecy. Now moving to my analysis. The police said there is no evidence tying Tyler Deaton to Bethany's death. Tyler has denied any involvement. Micah Moore maintains his innocence, but not everybody is convinced. The police made it clear that their investigation into Bethany's death remains open. This brings me to the question, was Micah Moore guilty of murder? Let's take a look at the evidence both for and against the idea that he was guilty, starting with the inculpatory factors. Micah confessed to killing Bethany. He even described how she died. Micah was tied to a prayer group, which has been referred to as a cult. Arguably, a higher proportion of cult members are involved in homicide than the general public. Moving to the exculpatory factors,
No, you can't
all the
keep
details
moving.
supplied by Micah were made public before his confession.
What?
Well, miss, he goes like this. Oh, they were tied to a prayer group. And he goes, and that's considered a cult. When I heard the term prayer group, I understand that as being a cult situation. And I don't use the word cult lightly. I'm using it as like it is. That is a group of people. There's a culture that is doing something, and so a prayer group is a cult. You don't gotta. No, he's using trigger words.
It's usually but beyond a culture though. Like they're saying there's weird rituals. He said he was a prophet, like a direct link to God. It's kind of like what Ben is trying to get off the ground, but no one buys in but Grace. Yes, yes.
Why do you
are
do
the
this?
number one
Why do
supporter
you
of
do
that
this?
cult. No
I'm
wonder.
I'm the number one. I'm one of yours. I support you. Don't put them lips like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You can't. Oh my gosh. See, guys, when she says that, we're going to talk about it later.
He did not reveal any secret information. No physical evidence connected Micah to Bethany's death. No DNA,
Oh
no
my God,
fingerprints,
V-Star,
no
stop
hair, no
bullying.
blood, no
No
electronic evidence, nothing at all. There was a
No,
note
hold on,
found
hold
in
on.
Bethany's
She-
vehicle which
V-Star
contained
doesn't
her
bully.
handwriting and took
Happy
responsibility.
birthday to all us out there. Real quick, let's do a real quick happy birthday to all us out there. And anybody that's going through sickle cell anemia or anything like that, let's go ahead and keep our prayers up. Let's no, I'm not taking notes. Wait, that's the wrong BB. But it ain't. I'm doing a new. So we're doing
BB.
Yeah, we're doing a whole new.
This is
board
a
of love.
cult.
Yeah, and this one is one TK is going to send out. It's going to be on. Imagine when somebody gets this from a gun. But my numbers of the bodies have been answered on this. Get cracked to me is right there on my board. You know what I mean? We've already got 33 when I was trying to take notes for a second. Why can't, this is a cult and I'm sick of, look.
It's a cult. I'm
What
sick
did
of
you
it.
do to get on that?
I'm
No,
trying slower. Oh my God.
no, you're fine. Well, don't get so, you get so wound up. So why I get cracked on there is when you sent me them 10 gifted or 20 gifted and they went to both of us, Ruby and I. And then we got our 33 was because MM was the name of the killer.
33.
Yep, and it was 33, and it was what he just brought up, and I was just taking notes. So I was taking notes, BB, very, very. And then Spicoli is on here, and then Ryler05, not sure why, but Ryler05 is written.
He's making waves in the community, Ryler05. I
Somehow,
if
if you do the math, you get the number 44, a dynamic of 44.
44 dynamic. That's what it all comes back to.
So it's going to go down. We'll never know where it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere. We're putting it up on Ruby and I are going to have an auction stream coming up with a lot of weird things that you guys didn't know that we were going to do together in time. We're both celibate. Do not get it twisted when we both talk this talk. Yep. God, your screen looks so much better than mine did. Easter Day ramblings of a berserker. Seeing that BB is.
I am a berserker. Da, 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 da.
Black man?
Backwards for you guys, or is it?
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Did you know the lead singer of Prodigy is now a black dude? I just saw them on Coachella.
I knew one of them was, yeah.
Oh,
well, one of them died.
I didn't know. Yeah, the main.
Thank you so much, Logan.
Yeah. Break the pressure, come play my game of matcher. Something.
Yeah, I feel the same. Okay, you have 0 balls. Miss. Whatever that means, BB. Okay. Don't try to make audio noises because I just did.
There's a paper shuffling.
Are we ASMRing? So this is the content you're going to get from us.
Yes.
For the traffic.
My new
A
channel.
Walmart surveillance video captured Bethany buying 2 bottles of acetaminophen, which were found in her minivan. A few days before her death, Bethany was treated for severe mental health symptoms, and there were concerns about her safety. Despite this, she was released from a treatment facility. Micah's confession was inconsistent with the circumstances of Bethany's death in many ways. For example, Micah claimed the murder occurred before 10 a.m. Bethany did not arrive at the lake until after 10 a.m. He said her body was in the front seat of the minivan, but it was in the third row seat.
Thank you, Bill.
Micah said that he drugged Bethany with Seroquel, but this medication was not found in her system. He insisted that assaults of a sexual nature had occurred against Bethany, but there was no evidence of this.
What's up?
Bethany had a journal which indicated that she never had sex with anybody. When considering all the evidence in this case, Do I believe that Micah Moore was guilty of murder? No, I believe he was not guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Micah Moore.
And not
Micah
guilty
Moore. That was
in reality.
Like Michael Moore.
Micah is actually
You
innocent.
know, Micah, don't.
It sounds
do
as if he
that
had some
fucking
mental
rock.
health
Ruby,
symptoms.
can I say,
Don't
caused
think I
him
don't
to
know
Ruby,
fall
can I
sick
say
and die.
something after this?
What?
Ruby, after this, can I say something?
What is the something? What does it pertain to?
Just two quick things that I want to make you folks aware of as a filmmaker for 50 years that I've been. Okay. Okay. Do you know what a jump cut is, Ruby? Or okay, let me explain what a jump cut is. Okay,
We
a
know
lot
what
of
it is.
these.
No.
Okay, okay. Let me just explain. A lot of these people you see, not me when I make my vid. Not.
You're a little wordy sometimes.
I'll just be brief. Basically, when you hear this guy talking or others like this talking continually, there's no pauses and they don't seem to fuck up any words. What they're doing is
edited.
Yeah, it's edited, and a jump cut is when you place the camera in the same exact spot and you don't move it, and then you take a few frames out, like pregnant pauses.
Yeah,
and
that's
when,
what.
and so then you get the jump cut, and when it's edited together, they come across sounding a lot smarter than they are. If you saw the real thing, this guy would be stuttering through half this shit, and so he's not that smart. Another thing is, have you ever heard of the Irish rap group called Kneecap?
Nope.
Okay, there's a big controversy. They were at the Coachella Music Festival. I just found out about this 2 hours ago. Okay, they were at the Coachella Music Festival. Listen to this. They were performing in front of 100,000 people. Green Day was there, Lady Gaga. I was watching Green Day. They was being live streamed. The festival, I literally lived 5 minutes from the festival, but now I live about 20 minutes. Check this out. These three Irish dudes get on stage, and they're like pro Hamas, pro Hezbollah. And check this out. Golden Voice and AEG puts on the festival, and they were warned not to hire these guys. So these guys get on stage, and Hassan Piker, that influencer, follows him up there. You know, check this out. They had a big sign flashing.
Ruby, please.
No, wait, hold on. The big sign flashing didn't just say Free Palestine. It said, fuck Israel. They had a sign saying, fuck Israel, Free Palestine. Here's my point. If they would have said, you know, fuck black people, fuck gay people, if they would have been pro KKK.
Free JJ.
Okay, what that is, Ruby, and I do apologize.
Ken, you're next.
Oh my gosh, you're threatening now?
Yes.
There wasn't no demonetization. That wasn't rude what he said. One, that was a current event of something that's newsworthy and happening literally blocks away from where he's at. Coachella's happening, it might not be now, but it was happening. He's right. And it was a current event of a very up-to-date, newsworthy event that was from somebody that's right there. That's actually very newsworthy.
That watched it on stream. He was
No. He said he heard about it.
Oh, that's even better.
Moving to the next question. Did Tyler Deaton operate a cult? It appears as though Tyler did run a cult. Many of the characteristics of his prayer group aligned with the definition of a cult. For example, a cult is authoritarian and manipulative. Tyler wielded a tremendous amount of power and manipulated the group members. He controlled many aspects of their lives, including what they ate, what they wore, and who they dated. Members were isolated from family members and attended accountability meetings where members identified sinful behavior. A cult is based around communal goals. Tyler's group called themselves the Community and shared the goal of becoming quasi-deities. A cult indoctrinates members using a relatively new belief system in the culture of origin. The IHOP-inspired beliefs of this group fit this description. Very few people believe they are going to be wearing staff t-shirts during the apocalypse. Moving to the last question, what do I think happened in this case? This is just a theory, my opinion. Tyler Deaton managed to manipulate a small group of loyal followers. He appeared to recognize his own charisma, describing himself as electric and magnetic, and claiming that he could affect people.
That's it. All right. That's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. Sorry, guys, but I'm tired. I thought maybe we could watch a little video to end, and that was too much to ask. Too hard to focus on. Everyone hated it. Just kidding. Anyway, have a beautiful night. But I am tired and hungry, and I want to go get snacks and go pee. Tommy, like, I can't hear Tommy still talking backstage. It's hard. Okay, it's hard sometimes with both Tommy and Spicoli. Maybe that's why they're bros right now. Sometimes they can be wordy. I can be wordy. I can be wordy too. I'm tired and hungry and starving and ready to call it a night for now. Or maybe I'll come back. Maybe I'll do an after-hour show. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And this is a dress, dude. Here, I'll do a little outro fashion shows. The outfit can be immortalized because I don't usually I never wear white things. And my period is just ending. So the good days are coming. The good days are coming. The good days are here. Today was a good day. I just have more like social battery some days than others. So this is like supposed to be like a dress, but it can't be worn without shorts. But then I got these cute shorts, so it worked. What would people say if they knew that I'm a Jesus freak? What would people do if they find out it's true? All right. That was the look. Sexy bunny kind of. Skinny, young, and rich. Exactly. This was the look. What would people say? Knew that I'm Jesus freak. People do if they find out it's true. I don't really care if they label me Jesus freak. There ain't no denying the truth. Oh, oh, oh. Also, shout out everyone who gifted subs. And have a beautiful night because I'm ready for a nap. And I will see you either later tonight or tomorrow. Oh, wait, I'm working a double tomorrow. I'll see you soon. Bye.